Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Drakes Creek Park in Hendersonville, Tennessee for tonight's matchup between the Full Count Rhythm and the visiting Madisonville Miners. This is game number 4 of the year for both teams. Both teams have won their first 3 contests. This is Tim Reese. I am joined tonight by Andrew Holmes, who will be assisting me with our camera switching and handling commercials. So it'll be good to have Andrew here. We won't hear from him right away. I want to have him dialed into the job at hand here. He helped me with the Goodlettsville Little League broadcast that I did a couple weeks ago, and so this is just a tad new to him. So I want to get him dialed in before I have to worry about him putting an actual thought together to speak. So we might hear from him a little bit later on as he gets more comfortable with the equipment. And we had, as is customary, we have equipment issues each and every time that we go before a broadcast. But hopefully everything will work tonight. We won't have anybody turn off the power here unless the good Lord decides to do that. But the Miners and the Rhythm are getting set, so we'll take our first break and come back with a Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back to the Full Count Broadcast Network. Now it's time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineup.
Thanks to Todd Hunley and Linda Hunley over at Chick-fil-A of Rivergate for being the title sponsor this year for the Full Count Rhythm. Let's get to the starting lineups first for the visiting Madisonville Miners with a record of 3-0. Ian Cartwright leads off, playing center field. Batting second, Pete Britton. He'll play second base. Coulter Hamilton is the shortstop, hitting third. Cliff Weisinger in left field, the cleanup hitter. Dylan Toller in right field, batting fifth. Sean O'Brien at third base, batting sixth. The DH is hitting seventh. That's Justin Early. Alex Frawley behind the plate, hits eighth. Cooper Wright batting ninth, playing first base. And on the mound, Caden Wooldridge from Montevallo University, down just south of Birmingham, hometown Wetumpka, Alabama. And for the 3-0 Full Count Rhythm, Logan Kroc in that familiar spot, the leadoff spot, playing shortstop. Cade Moore batting second, playing second. Jake Merrick batting third, playing third. Batting in right field, wait a minute, he's batting cleanup. John Paul Head playing right field. Charlie Bozeman playing left field, batting fifth. Blake Carter is a six-hole hitter, playing first base. Parker Staborski in center field, batting seventh. Landon Ward will bat eighth and is behind the plate. Jonathan Stewart, the DH, batting ninth. Corbin Snyder on the mound. A right-hander is out of Butler University. Eric Alexander delivering our prayer at this moment. And then we will move on to the national anthem, which we will not be able to carry here on the broadcast. So we will go to a break and be right back, hopefully with some action here at Drakes Creek Park. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And the Oak Ridge boys deliver our national anthem here at Drakes Creek Park. I'm not sure how long former public address announcer Mark McDaniel started that tradition, but it is continuing with this year's PA man, Tim Ferguson, as the Oak Ridge boys, based here in Hendersonville for a lot of years. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, it was Richard Sturban that came to a whole bunch of games right here. So out on the mound, Corbin Snyder, 6'6" from Butler College, Butler University in Indiana, 6'6", 190-pound right-hander. He's a rising sophomore. He's from Greentown, Indiana, getting his first start, and talked to him a little bit before the game. And I said, well, we do have a pattern. My wife told me to tell you folks that I do note that the word is pattern, that my son growing up, he said a pattern. So the pattern that we have is the starting pitcher has gone 4 innings, given up 2 hits and no runs. 3 times. Logan Harrell, Ryan Sweeney, and Roman Patrica. So I said, no pressure, Corbin, but you got to match it or beat it. And he said he's planning on beating it. So we'll see as they wear the red jerseys, the red tops, and the white bottoms. I believe this is Zach Williams, our now former home play-by-play man. I believe this was his favorite uniform set, and he is a bit of a fashionista. I do expect him to be listening in at some point tonight. He might one of these days even come by. So, folks, it's a good night because I have the volume turned up already on the stream, and I know you're hearing me. So that's good. That's better than last night right there, Andrew. Yesterday, 2 minutes of talking, nobody heard anything. And to chalk that one up as one of the lesser broadcasts of my 589. This tonight is 590th. Not all a full count. About 188 full count rhythm games. It's mixed in with Ball State baseball, softball, basketball, Little League. And we are about set, getting going a little bit early. The umpires and the head coaches didn't talk very long, apparently. So we're going to get started just a little bit early as the sun shaded a bit. First pitch swinging, Ian Cartwright over to Jake Merrick, about 3 steps over to cut down the throw, and he delivers a strike to Blake Carter at first base, and we are underway at 7:02 Central Time. Game time temperature brought to you by Cross Driven Construction, Brandon Shell. Appreciate their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. 85 degrees, about the same temperature it was yesterday up at Hopkinsville, as the first pitch to Pete Britton misses inside. Number 44, that's a classic number on a baseball uniform. We might have a little quiz here, Ken Stiegel, our official scorer, who's also very knowledgeable. 44 for the Braves. That's about as easy as they come right there. You're starting off easy. 3 balls, no strikes now to the second baseman, Pete Britton. I don't know where Pete's from. They didn't have that on the roster. We'll just make it up. He's from Hoboken, Michigan. Had a Hoboken, Michigan the last time we were doing Little League. 4-pitch walk to Britton. First runner for the Miners here. Coulter Hamilton will step in. He's a shortstop. Brownsburg, Indiana. He attends Indiana University Southeast. Don't have what year he is. He could be one of those 7-year guys. I don't know. There are some in the league. Snyder stretches and delivers fastball inside. Landon Ward has to hop over to his left to snag that one. Three left-handers in yesterday's game. The first 3 before Jacob Newman, a right-hander, came on to finish the ball game against Hoptown. Starting tonight's game with a right-hander, and now Landon Ward will go out and have a chat. Landon is a redshirt freshman that attends Lee University, but he's a hometown product from right here in Gallatin, went to Gallatin High School. The 4th catcher in 4 games for Full Count. Jackson Cothran, Jonathan Stewart, Trace Simmons last night, and tonight Landon Ward. That's a good visit right there by the backstop as Snyder brings a strike right down Broadway to Coulter Hamilton. On deck, Cliff Weisinger, the left fielder. Fly ball out to right field. John Paul Head going back toward the corner, still going back. Makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play by John Paul Head. Throw back to first. As Cade Moore thought the batter was the runner going back to first base. Instead, Pete Britton was pretty much already on the bag, but nice play there by John Paul Head from UAB. Big day yesterday. He was the Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game. 3 for 4 in that contest. Had 9 total bases, 2 home runs, and a single. Drove in 4 runs for the Rhythm. Cliff Weisinger looks at a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Good start there by Corbin Snyder. He could get out of this inning with 11 pitches. Or he picks a runner off and he stops at 10. Is 10 right now. Weisinger from AUM swings and misses. Auburn University at Montgomery. They're a D2 school down in Alabama. Wonder where they're located. Maybe they're located in Montgomery, Alabama. That'd be a pretty good guess. Snyder steps off. There's his one and only legally allowed disengagement of the rubber for this batter. Weisinger says he's from McDonough, but it doesn't give me a state. That is looped out to center field, and it will fall in for a base hit. Weisinger, a little bloop single out in front of Parker Staborski. Now 2 on. Thanks for joining us tonight on YouTube and Facebook. Good job there on the camera switch, Andrew. He's all over it. Left-handed hitting right fielder Dylan Toller stands in. First pitch, swinging, grounds one to the right side. Cade Moore has it on 2 hops. He'll throw over to Carter to retire the Miners. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. So we are headed to the bottom of the first inning. Mickey Maloney, superstar fan, is in.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the Drakes Creek Park. We're in the middle of a city park here. Huge city park. At least 11 baseball fields. Whole bunch of soccer fields. This is the main field, the signature field for the Hendersonville Commandos high school baseball team. And it is an artificial infield, brand new, and a natural grass outfield, but the artificial turf comes all the way to the dugouts. The tornado that came through here December year and a half ago did some damage. There has been a lot of work done here at DC3. We move to the bottom of the first inning. Logan Kroc, switch hitter, facing the left-handed Caden Wooldridge. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Logan Kroc been in that leadoff spot, and it's shortstop every game so far for the Rhythm. Grounds one right back to Wooldridge, and he is going to run that and just about hand it to Cooper Wright, the first baseman. Thought he was going to go ahead and take a 1U there. 1 unassisted, but he does not. Kroc retired. 1-3 if you're scoring at home, and if you are, I need to know about it. Let me know in a Facebook post or a YouTube chat. Cade Moore stands in from Trevecca Nazarene University. Not a 7-year guy, but he's heading on to his 5th year of baseball. A couple of years, 3 years, I think, at Kentucky Wesleyan. 1 last year at Trevecca. So that pitch spikes in the dirt. The artificial dirt. And he will be heading back to Trevecca for a grad year. 6 foot, 175-pound infielder, outfielder from Terre Haute. He grounds one to short. Coulter Hamilton stays down. High throw. That pulls right off the bag. And Moore will reach on the errant throw by Hamilton. That's a strong arm right there, though. We just saw first base runner for the Rhythm is via the error. Cade Moore from Terre Haute, Indiana. And Jake Merrick stands in. He's been a fixture at third base in every game so far as well. He looks at a fastball right down the can for a called strike. 5'11", 200-pound sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee, attended Farragut High School. Have had a fantastic baseball teams over the years. Business major at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Jim and Angie Merrick, his parents. Hunter is his brother. He's got a grandpa in Naperville. I wonder if he knew Nana in Naperville. Well, that ball is tapped. I thought it got off of Merrick, and time called by Jason Carey, the home plate umpire. Drew Robertson, who we hope to hear from later on today, who is here in attendance for our Rhythm Alumni Spotlight. He had a Nana who lived in Naperville a couple of years ago. Grandma for Jake Merrick lives in Hastings, Michigan. He's got a pappy and a Mimi in Rockwood, Tennessee. Wooldridge delivers, and it's high. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes with Cade Moore over at first base. 5 out of 6 in stolen bases, so not a lot of attempts at Trevecca this past year. He played in 44 games, started 39. 2-2 is in. That's going to hit Jake Merrick, and he's going to take his base. Breaking pitch got in on him. And now 2 on. That'll bring up John Paul Head. Have not been able to get a handle on being able to print the stats off yet on Game Changer. Things have changed in the Ohio Valley League since we were last in it 2 years ago, and I don't have the access yet to the stats. So I'm going out on a limb, but I'm going to say John Paul Head leads the OVL in home runs. He hit 2 yesterday. I feel even better that he leads the league in RBIs. He had 3 in game 1 against Fulton and 4 last night. So 3 and 4 leads to God's favorite number 7. Runner from second takes off. The runner at first. A little bit of a later break. That'll be a double steal on the pitch that goes outside. Cade Moore with the good timing from second to third, and Jake Merrick saw him take off, so he didn't want to be left out. Now runners in scoring position. John Paul Head also at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Looks at a ball high. 6'1", 215-pound rising sophomore from Vestavia Hills, Alabama. Paul and Leanne Head are his parents. Leanne's his sister. That slider just can't stay over the plate and moves inside. Yesterday was the opening day for the portal. A couple of the Rhythm players now in that famous portal, a word you never heard of 5 years ago. 3-1 is outside. John Paul Head draws the walk, first walk of the inning. And now the bases are loaded. Cade Moore, after 1 out, reached on an errant throw by Coulter Hamilton, the shortstop, fielded it cleanly, but his throw was high to Cooper Wright. Jake Merrick was hit with a breaking pitch, and John Paul Head just drew a walk. That'll bring up Charlie Bozeman. Bozeman also from Farragut High School. He and Jake Merrick, and I'm going to have to remember who the third Farragut player, probably a pitcher. I'll look at it, but all 3 of them went to Farragut together, play at different colleges. Bozeman is at Samford. And as soon as I find the other player, Bozeman fouls that one off. And I don't have it. I'm pretty sure there are 3. If somebody knows and you want to chime in, I will take the information and trust it. 1-1 pitch is high. Bozeman, the son of Michael and Emily Bozeman, brother to Andrew. Got a papa and a grandmommy in Knoxville. Pop and Dee Dee are down in Memphis. On deck, Blake Carter. Bases loaded, and another pitch lands at his feet, and the count goes 3 balls and a strike. Caden Wooldridge in some trouble here. Hasn't even given up a hit yet. From Wetumpka, Alabama. 3-1 is high, and ball 4 brings in the first run. Hang on. And that's the Framework Athletics first run of the game, driven in by Charlie Bozeman, scored by Cade Moore. Right now, that is an unearned run, but we will see. Oh, that's right. That's right. He did reach on an error, so regardless, his ground ball to the left side, gloved by the shortstop, but he has no play. There's your first hit of the ball game. That's an infield single for Blake Carter, and the Rhythm now lead 2-0. As Jake Merritt comes in to score. John Paul Head moves to third, Charlie Bozeman down to second, and Blake Carter, the first pitch he sees, delivers an infield single. Nice diving play by Hamilton there to keep the ball in the infield and keep Merrick at third. Now Parker Staborski from Catawba at the plate. The 7th batter to come to the plate here in the bottom of the first. He looks at a called strike. Staborski, 6'3", 195 pounds, from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina. Originally attended Lenore Rhine before transferring to Catawba. He's a business major, the son of Scott and Adele. Swings a little late on that breaking pitch and comes up empty. Parker getting his second start of the season. Was 0 for 2 against the Henderson Flash here a couple nights ago in the home opener. 1-2 pitch, ground ball to third. Gloving is Sean O'Brien over to second for 1, on to first, not in time. And the Rhythm get another run on the fielder's choice. Another unearned run, as that should have been the end of the inning on the force out at second. But John Paul Head comes across. Bozeman now at third. Blake Carter erased 5-4 for out number 2, and Landon Ward steps in. Ward also was the DH in the home game against Henderson, was 0 for 2, walked twice and scored a run. Looking for his first hit as a Rhythm player. Runner from first takes off. The throw down is going to be in time, and Staborski is caught stealing, so Landon Ward will have to wait till the second inning before he gets an opportunity. So a caught stealing, I believe that was 2-4, ends the inning. The Rhythm score 3 runs, all unearned, on 1 hit, 1 big error, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 1, scheduled for 9. It is 3-0, Rhythm lead. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
You might get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation, but your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Corbin Snyder now staked to a 3-0 lead, takes the hill for the top of the second inning. Again, Chick-fil-A Rivergate, our new title sponsor. Todd Hunley is a board member for the Full Count Ministries. If you're not sure, Full Count Ministries is the umbrella agency over Full Count Rhythm. Brandon Jaggers, the board president of Full Count Ministries. Grant Edwards, vice president. Todd Hunley, Chad Lambert, Dave Lamar, and Chad Hutton are currently the board members. And I found out yesterday from my son that the new board members are coming on officially August 1st. So, but it's in the Full Count Rhythm program, so I assume it was public information. Sean O'Brien, Justin Early, Alex Frawley. 6, 7, and 8 facing Corbin Snyder. Fastball misses high and away. One hit each, but 3 runs for the Rhythm in the bottom half of the first. Sean O'Brien says from Dallas, Georgia. Another AUM product. All right, Ken. AUM, what is their... Yeah, Auburn University, Montgomery, the Mustangs, the Warthogs, what are they? Who was my, I had a research analyst yesterday. I don't know the answer. I'm looking for the information. So just because I like to know things. Breaking pitch just missed. Count now goes 3 balls and a strike. I saw them play Trevecca this year. That was the game I was at. That was AUM, right? They're in the Gulf South Conference, fouled straight back. And we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Eric Lamb has checked in. Head from Rhythm and Jones for Henderson Flash. Both have to. Oh, okay. So who's the Jones from Henderson? Let's see if I've got that. Hayden Jones, I'm assuming. Lined out to right field. John Paul Head over and in a couple steps. Makes the catch for out number 1. Good start for Corbin Snyder. Not sure if he's on a pitch count, 65, 75 pitches or not, or innings, but the first 3 starting pitchers have been on pitch counts, 65 to 75. So we'll see how long that Corbin Snyder can go. He said he'd like to be efficient in his pitches, see if maybe he can get into the 5th or 6th inning. There's a called strike. Justin Early is the DH. Floyd Knobs, Indiana. There's a great town name from Frontier Community College. Junior college in the Midwest somewhere. He looks at another strike on the outside corner. The scores table probably handles all their stuff. I don't know. Frontier Community College. Ken Stegall, co-owner of the scores table. If you have a sporting event and you have an administration table, that ball is slowly hit to short. Logan Kroc charges gloves and throws. Early is retired. So if you need a scorekeeper, public address announcer, scoreboard operator, all that, that's what the scorers table does. And Ken Stegall has been with the Full Count Rhythm up here in the part of the original rhythm section, along with yours truly. Half swing there by Alex Frawley, the catcher, and Snyder gets ahead. So we're from 4 to 2 now. We lost PA man Mark McDaniel, unofficial mayor of Hendersonville, and Zach Williams, the greatest play-by-play man in his house. And that's only because his wife is a woman. I bet she'd do a great job. She's got a good voice. You'll hear her voice if you haven't already on some of our commercials. Zach Williams and Maggie, the voice of the commercials now. But we will have Zach back. 0-2 pitch. Just misses. Blake Carter was coming in from first base, as was Cade Moore, thinking that was going to be our first strikeout of the ball game. Alex Frawley, he's from up north of the border, Sudbury, Ontario. That's up in Canada, eh? Breaking pitch sliced off to the right side, but it will land in foul territory on the other side of the dugout, outside of your viewing area. That's a AAA autoglass foul ball only because it's our real first foul ball. We got to wait really till it gets out of play, Tim. Don't you suspect? Otherwise, we'll say that 50 times a game. And Dell and Doris, they can't handle all that pub. And again, a close pitch taken by Frawley. I think he might have thought he was rung up there, but count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Warhawks, there's my research analyst, Jay Myers, 2 nights in a row. Warhawks. Ground ball to the left side, Jake Merrick charges. And he delivers a strike to Blake Carter, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Corbin Snyder. He says strike out, smike out. We don't need to worry about striking him out. Let's just get some ground balls. 30 pitches through 2 innings. As that is a 1-2-3. Down go the Miners. Let's see who we want to shout out to. Maureen Thompson. I'm not sure if she's still listening. But Maureen Thompson's son, Jack Thompson, is here. And I keep calling him Jack Armstrong, but I don't know. Keep calling him the All-American boy, but he's Jack Thompson. That's Jack Armstrong, who's the All-American boy. Maureen's a super fan from years back. Jack Thompson, couple-of-year player with the Rhythm. Eric Lamb, Braylon Hall. There you go. You believe Braylon is the other Farragut. We'll just keep it here. We'll save that commercial for later, Andrew. That happens from time to time. So Braylon Hall, let me look him up and see why I don't have Farragut. I do have it. There it is. Eric Lamb, awesome job. I believe we're going to see your son pitch sometime. I'm not sure if he's going to be a starter or not. Eli Lamb from LSU Eunice, 6'5", 230-pound left-hander, one of 8 left-handed pitchers on the Rhythm squad as they are facing a left-hander tonight. Let me finish the Full Count Ministry staff that I started last half inning. John Smithson is the director of Full Count Ministries, also call it the director of ministry. Josh Carmen, who's the general manager and head coach of the Rhythm, is the director of baseball. Reed Glover, the director of discipleship and newly to the team, but well known to everybody involved with Full Count, is Todd Cox. He and his wife Beth, he came on board this week, as a matter of fact. He's the director of spiritual growth. Adam Spates and Charlie and their family, they're down in just south of Birmingham as they're handling the Birmingham operations. First pitch swinging, Landon Ward grounds out to short. Hamilton's throw this time right on the money. Ward was at the plate when Parker Staborski was thrown out trying to steal. Ward grounds out on the first pitch he sees. Now Jonathan Stewart, also a catcher, but handling the DH spot tonight. And he wanted me to inform you right after that AAA autoglass foul ball. My little grandson not here tonight, so he won't be after that one. But Jonathan Stewart, who spent last year at Daytona State Community College, he got in that portal, and he got picked up real quick like. He is headed to where I broadcast when I'm not broadcasting rhythm. That's over at Volunteer State Community College. Head coach Jim McGuire picked off Jonathan Stewart from Smyrna, Tennessee rather quickly, looking for a couple of catchers over there for the Pioneers. Again, while I'm thinking about it, congratulations to the McGuire family. His daughter had his first granddaughter this morning at 6:30 as Stewart goes down looking on a breaking pitch that whispers at the outside corner for strike 3. So Jim and Lynn McGuire welcomed their first granddaughter. Logan Kroc is the batter. Jonathan Stewart was a 9-hole hitter, so we're back to the top of the lineup. Few outs, nobody on. Kroc grounded out back to the pitcher. Wooldridge trying to get a 1-2-3 inning after Snyder did. That pitch gets down into the turf. Doesn't have height and weight for the Miners at all, but Alex Frawley behind the plate. Pretty tall young man back there. But anyway, Jonathan Stewart transferring from Daytona State College to Vol State. He'll get on campus in August. There's a called strike. Count goes 2-2 to Logan Kroc, still looking for his first hit in a Rhythm uniform. Right now be a good time. Not on that pitch. Full Count Ministries, full count. On deck, Cade Moore. Andrea Sells listening in on Facebook, says howdy. Oh, that's a pitch 2 or 3 balls outside, called strike 3. And back-to-back backward Ks in the books for Wooldridge, who's dotting the outside corner. So a couple of back-to-back 1-2-3 innings will send us to the top of the third. The Rhythm lead 3-0. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to Absolute Wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the third we go, and Corbin Snyder back out. He will face 9-1-2 in the Madisonville Miners lineup. Super right. Then we'll go to Ian Cartwright. Left-handed hitter is the first baseman, Cooper Wright. He lines the first pitch. Diving attempt by Logan Kroc. Just missed his glove. Base hit in the left field. Cooper Wright is stoked over there at first base. Second hit of the game for the Miners.
Now batting number 16, Ian Cartwright.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Cartwright grounded out to third, leading off the ball game. Snyder delivers a fastball in there for a called strike. Miners in the regular season last year finished 1/2 game behind. Nope, 1/2 game in front of the Henderson Flash, but ended up losing to the Fulton Railroaders. A best of 3 series, lost 2 to the Fulton Railroaders, who were actually the 5th place team out of 5 teams last year. But the Railroaders got all the way to the final series against Hendersonville before being defeated by Henderson, the Flash, before being beaten in the championship game. Henderson Flash won their first championship since being in the league in 2016. There he is. I didn't know Ryan DeKill even knew I was in the building. Did you know I was even here? Okay. Okay. Well, good. I was trying to yell out the window at you to see if you even knew or if you're just heading to the bathroom. Ryan DeKill, fellow broadcaster. We've worked together over at Vol State. Now, you still writing for the Main Street media? Writing journalism now. Doesn't want to broadcast as much anymore, I guess, but he is writing for local sports here in Sumner County, right? Okay. Oh, Robertson, Wilson, Sumner County does an excellent job. We met a couple of years ago over at Vol State and broadcasted some basketball games together. There's a 1-2 pitch that breaks right over the plate, and there is our first Safeware strikeout. Down goes Cartwright on the backward K in the books. Pete Britton, the second baseman, steps in with 1 on and 1 out. Cooper Wright started the inning off. First pitch lined opposite way into left field, a base hit. Still at first. There's a fastball that about the same spot where Mr. Wooldridge got a couple calls right there. This is a ball. Maddie Grace Wooldridge, they're watching down there in Wetumpka, Alabama. I'm assuming related in some form or fashion to Hayden Wooldridge. It's not a common name. And it's actually got a D in there, I assume. It shows on hers Wooldridge, not Woolridge. Glad to have you watching and listening on the Full Count Broadcast Network. I know they're efforting at Madisonville Miners now to start a video broadcast. They've had a radio broadcast for years. That pitch is fouled. Back count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes, and I can hear the train a-coming. We don't have our crowd mic out here tonight, so you can't hear the train, but trust me, it's there. It's not as loud as that train whistle up at Fulton, Kentucky, though, but we didn't hear it the other day. Fulton Railroaders did not hit a home run, but neither did the Rhythm. 1-2 pitch, hit high out to left field. Charlie Bozeman in a few steps, and it makes the one-handed grab for out number 2. And that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Colton Hamilton. Bob McCall listening in. Bob says that pitch didn't whisper out the outside corner. It shouted. That's funny. Yeah, Braylon did pitch in that first game. Note, Braylon Hall pitched in the first game at Fulton. First pitch swinging. Colter Hamilton drives one out to Bozeman in left, so a couple of putouts by Charlie Bozeman ends the Miners' half of the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. So headed to the bottom of the third, Rhythm trying to add to their 3-0 lead. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Bottom of the third, I see Jack Thompson right now. As a matter of fact, right in front of the press box. Young lady who's standing very close to him. I wonder if they know each other. He told me he had a girlfriend. Deductive reasoning says that is her. Cade Moore, Jake Merrick, and John Paul Head to face Caden Wooldridge in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Moore, misses outside. There's a line drive that hits off the rubber. One bounce over to the second baseman, Pete Britton, who makes a barehanded play, throws to first, and gets Cade Moore. Moore was just robbed. I'm not sure if it caught a piece of Wooldridge's foot or if it caught the. I just saw a replay. I think actually it probably didn't even get the rubber. I think it got a piece of the artificial turf in front of the rubber. I don't think it got Wooldridge at all, but a nice play. If it hit him, then he gets an assist. Ken, did you thought it was a 1-4-3? I just looked. Let me see if I can see it again. There it is. I don't know. Fly ball out to right field off the bat of Jake Merrick and over behind the pole. And apparently making the catch is Dylan Toller for out number 2. So a 1-4-3 officially. We're just giving away assists. The first 2 retired. That is now 6 in a row for Wooldridge. John Paul Head walked and scored in the first. Looks at a called strike. So apparently John Paul tied for the lead with 2 home runs. Normally the home run leaders come from Fulton with that short porch in right field. Last year's home run leaders with 5 apiece were Charlie Forbett and Cole Sims, both from Fulton Railroaders, and Logan Lacey at Henderson, which is actually down as the flock of geese are coming through. You're not seeing that on the tight shot that we have. 2 balls and a strike. Charlie Bozeman on deck. Breaking pitch swung on and fouled back. Cal moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Braylon Hall threw 2 2/3 innings in that first game. He was a third pitcher on for Full Count. That ball's hit high and deep out to left center field. I don't think he got enough as Ian Cartwright goes out to the Hendersonville Firefighters Association sign in left center field and hauls it in for the third out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Caden Wooldridge. So other than tough first inning with an error, hit by pitch, and a couple of walks, and then an infield single, gave up the 3 runs in that first. He has retired 7 in a row. We'll be right back with the top of the 4th after this short break.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count broadcast.
Welcome back. Zach Williams checking in on Facebook. He and Maddox listening in. It is always a great night to listen to Tim Reese, isn't it, Zach? I mean, so much so that we had to talk by phone earlier today. Thanks for no help, by the way. But I wasn't holding a lot of hope out. Hey, Trevor's back in the park. Didn't see Trevor the other night, but Trevor, a super fan, is here at Drakes Creek Park wearing his number 12 Rhythm jersey. All right, who wore number 12 for the Full Count Rhythm? He is very famous. A walk-off championship-winning home run for Full Count Rhythm in 2022. The first championship against the DuBois County Bombers. Harrison Travis wore number 12. First, a pop-up there by Cliff Weisinger into shallow left center field. Logan Kroc can catch a pop-up, and he does for out number 1. Harrison Travis, I believe, wore 12 for 4 years. I think 3 as a player, 1 as a coach. Just finished his career at Eastern Michigan. The Eastern Michigan, I'm going to go Chippewas. Oh, it's Central Michigan. So you got Eastern, Western, and Central. I took a shot. I don't know. They're green and white. I know that. Dylan Toller grounded out the second to end the first, stands in there. Facing Corbin Snyder. 6'6", the tallest player on the Rhythm roster. It's not that I measured, but that's what it shows on the roster. He gets a changeup in there for a called strike. Thanks to Suzanne Hall. She knows where he goes. Braylon Hall swinging a miss, and ball in the turf. Landon Ward throws down to record the out at first, and another Safeware strikeout. Second of the ball game for Corbin Snyder. Sorry, Suzanne. As the season goes along, I'll have this information in my head. I won't have to look at it on piece of paper. Just ask Andrea Sells, part of the Sells, the mother of Peyton Sells. One of the other very tall pitchers in Rhythm history. From Perry, Georgia. Americus, Georgia is where he went to school. Southwestern, Georgia Southwestern, GSW. There we go. Another foul ball. This one doesn't get off or over the screen. The other one did. Did not break any glass. Otherwise, you would be recommended to call AAA Auto Glass. Dylan Doris also expecting a new baby. Well, he's expecting his wife to deliver a new baby. My son says any day. Maybe already delivered. I'm not sure where that pitch missed, but it did. Jason Carey behind the plate. Trevor Stevens down at first base. Down at third base, chatting it up with the Miners coach is Tanner Allison. Snyder delivers, popped up on the right side over as Blake Carter in foul territory. And on the other side of the dugout, makes the catch for out number 3 in foul territory. That's 2 innings in a row. Corbin Snyder has gone 3 up, 3 down. And he is at 51 pitches through 4. So I would expect that he will be the first starter to come out for the 5th inning. We'll find out when we return right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Tim Reese, Andrew Holmes, part of the rhythm section up here tonight. Houston Hughes is our clock operator. Some people call him a scoreboard operator, but you've got to get some operation under your belt before we call you an actual scoreboard operator. Tim Fitzgerald, our public address announcer, and back for year number 5, our official scorekeeper, the best in the business wherever he is, Ken Stegall. And this is the rhythm section up in the press box, jam-packed in here. Caden Wooldridge back out on the mound for the bottom of the 4th. He throws a rubber ball in there that pops in and out of the glove of Alex Frawley. Ball 1. Charlie Bozeman, Blake Carter, Parker Staborski scheduled here in the bottom of the 4th. Rhythm with 3 runs in the first. All the scoring so far. Wooldridge has settled in nicely. He's got some fans out there watching from down there in, I don't know, is Wetumpka in L.A.? Is that lower Alabama? South of Birmingham, so like Vestavia Hills, Hoover. I don't know, what's the name of the town that Montevallo's in? Is actually Montevallo, the city of Montevallo? 2 balls and a strike to Charlie. He takes a healthy cut there, comes up empty on the breaking pitch. Bozeman played in 7 games for Samford this past year. Tapper 2-3, couple of hops. Sean O'Brien gloves, high throw, but Cooper Wright gets up on his tippy toes and makes the catch for out number 1. Bozeman 0 for 6 in those 7 games. At Samford. Ground balls through the left side. First pitch swinging. Blake Carter, he's 2 for 2. Got both hits for the rhythm. This one not able to be handled by Coulter Hamilton, the shortstop. First one Hamilton dove for, kept it in the infield, but Carter did get an RBI as that infield single happened with the bases loaded. Now Parker Staborski stands in. He reached on a fielder's choice, later erased on a caught stealing. 1 out, 1 on. Rhythm will have 2 on with 1 out as the second hit batter by Wooldridge He hates those shoes. That's the second time that a Rhythm batter has been hit on the lower leg. So he hates these shoes. Well, see, another movie reference for Zach Williams right there. One of the 3 movies that I've seen, Zach thinks. I've quoted from The Jerk several times, I think. 2 on, 1 out. Rhythm threatening in the 4th. Landon Ward swung the first pitch, grounded out to the shortstop. Looks at ball 2 here. Let's check on Landon Ward's family. How about it? Son of Brandon and April Ward, brother to Lily and Layla. Grandparents, both sets in Gallatin, Doodah and T. Nana, along with Pawpaw and Nana. He looks at a called strike. Business major at Lee University, the Lee Flames. Redshirt freshman, 5'7", 170 pounds. Landon's been on 2 mission trips with Full Count Ministries down to Nicaragua. I think both times he went with Tanner Sandell, who was his mentor. That one's just a bit outside. Tried to catch the corner and missed. Told Zach Williams I was probably going to use that one tonight. All right, which movie was that from? I don't remember where. Is that Major League? Okay. Little Bob Uecker tribute right there. I've told my wife I need to throw in some varying home run calls. Maybe get a Harry Carey one in or a Hawk Harrelson. That pitch misses away, and ball 4, and the bases are jammed with red-shirted Rhythm ball players. Wooldridge was cruising along, retired 8 straight, and then gave up a single to Blake Carter. Hit Staborski and has walked Landon Ward. That will result in a coach coming out to have a confab with Caden Wooldridge. He's at 61 pitches. The coaching staff for the Miners, head coach is Brian Campbell in his 3rd year, I think, he told me. He's assisted by Sean Checks and Braden Taylor. Let's see if that is. I think that's the head man, Brian Campbell, there, but going to have to get some better Bushnells. These are my cheaper ones. I take my nice ones on the road. Jonathan Stewart gets an at-bat here with the bases loaded and 1 out. He takes a healthy cut, comes up empty. Struck out looking in his first at-bat. The signed and delivered Vol State Pioneer transfer. That one just misses. Jonathan, the son of Todd and Kasha Stewart, brother to Scott and Molly. Smyrna High School grad, sports management major now. Swing, and that ball apparently picked off the old hickory bat of Jonathan Stewart. Jonathan has Papa and Nana in San Antonio and also a Papa and Mimi in Springfield, Missouri. Staying in the host home of Brad Swope. Mentor is Noah Olivia. 1-2 pitch, grounded weakly to third. They're going to try to come home, and they will get the force. Head first dive by Blake Carter, but Stewart with the slow tapper to third. Sean O'Brien just flicks to Frawley for the fielder's choice. Now 2 out and to the top of the lineup, Logan Kroc. 0 for 2 in the ball game, ground out and a strikeout. Fastball is up. We had posited a question earlier, second use of posited during the 4 games. And that was famous ball players wearing the number 44. Bob McCall chimed in quickly with Hank Aaron, and he went basketball on the next one, Pistol Pete Maravich. So we can go off the grid. We don't have to just do baseball here. But Willie McCovey and there's a ground ball to the left side. Hamilton backhands. He's going to try to go to third. And the catch is made, and the throw just in time to get Landon Ward. So Caden Woldridge wiggles off the hook after the bases were loaded with one out. Landon Ward is forced out at the bag. Rhythm leave 3 runners on base, no runs, and 1 hit, the single by Blake Carter. But now, after 4 innings, the Rhythm still lead 3-0. We'll be right back with the 5th after this short break.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Cindy Hopper listening in on Facebook. I know her. She is a baseball fan. Goodlettsville Little League fan. I think she just got on the Goodlettsville, he said, Little League board over there. She's going to be busy. Mike and Andrea Kelly very involved over there. They're a host home. And look who came out for the top of the 5th inning. Corbin Snyder doing something no starter has done yet, as he gets the first pitch swinging Justin early to crack a windshield. Better call AAA Auto Glass. They do business right here in Tennessee, also in Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas, Florida, New York, Texas, and Louisiana. They're in almost as many states as a scorer's table. 38, Ken? 31? 21? Well, I totally oversold you guys. Apparently not as far out as I thought. Okay, so it's not a Fortune 500 company yet. 0-2 pitch coming to Justin early. And there was a swing and a miss. Everybody was looking around. I thought he hit it, and I didn't see it. But that's a Safeware strikeout. 3rd of the ball game for Corbin Snyder. Seven straight set down by Snyder. He has been very efficient. 30 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. But now 25, as he has gotten 7 outs with those 25. Snyder at Butler University this past year, 15 appearances, 4 starts, 26 plus innings of work. Struck out 20 batters. That pitch comes high and tight to Alex Frawley, the catcher. Grounded out the 3rd in his first plate appearance. North Iowa Area Community College, where he attended last year. From Ontario, Canada. Wonder if he can play some hockey. There's going to be some inline hockey being played at a Make-A-Wish Foundation fundraiser here in Hendersonville. 3-0 pitch. Whispers at the outside corner. There's a called strike. My son, Tanner Sandell, and others are playing actually on the Rhythm hockey team. My son was wearing his hockey jersey when he brought my granddaughter, Lucy, up here to the press box. Ball forward to Frawley. And there's the first base runner since Cooper Wright, who's stepping to the plate, delivered a single into left field. Second walk of the ball game. Some visitors showing up. We'll hear from them here shortly. Left-handed hitting first baseman, number 9 hole hitter, Cooper Wright, who is the cousin, I think, Ryan DeKill told me, who was up here visiting, said his cousin played for the Madisonville Miners. And that is this young man right here who's got one of their 2 hits. 4 hits in the ball game, 2 for each team. Snyder, ball 1, delivers. Maybe a changeup there, had a lot of movement away from the left-handed hitter, and Landon Ward asked the umpire if he was allowed to go out and talk to his pitcher. Jason Carey says, I'll allow it, but that's 2. I'm making a mental note. Charlie Bozeman still out in left field. Parker Staborski's in center. John Paul Head all by himself out there in right field. Jake Merrick at third. Logan Crockett short. Cade Moores at second base. Blake Carter at first for 3 out of the 4 games so far. And behind the plate catching his first Rhythm game, Landon Ward. Let's see if the visit worked. 2-0 pitch. It did not visit. Zach Williams, 1-1 tonight. We got somebody chiming in on YouTube, says Alex can play hockey. He was a left winger. There you go. Tim Dixon, a left-handed pitcher for the Full Count Rhythm, who pitched yesterday, is actually on the Brazilian national team. That 3-0 pitch gets in there for a called strike. Tim Dixon staying at my house this summer, and he's from South Dakota. They played some hockey up there. It gets cold in South Dakota. He goes to college in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I hear they have a hockey team. 3-1 pitch, fouled off to the left side. Heads up over there at the Teriyaki. What is that place? What's the food truck we got tonight? It's hibachi. Some samusi. What? Yeah, I've got the list somewhere. Ground ball to second with the runner going. Only play for Cade Moore is over to first base. And right out on the fielder's choice. Frawley moves down to second. Going on the full count, Ministries full count, was Frawley. Now 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Back to the top of the lineup, Ian Cartwright, who's 0 for 2. Food truck, Samusi Hibachi. Tonight, Kona Ice. Supposed to be here. Are they here? Yeah, they're here. Kona Ice. Having food trucks here at the ballpark, as far as I know, every home game. That's a nice breaking pitch that gets to Cartwright for a called strike. The first night, it was meat sweats and frosted luau and Oakley Tilly's birthday party. What was he? He probably was about 7, is what I'm guessing. Do you remember, Tim, how old the guy who had his birthday? Did you announce it? The birthday on the first home game, Oakley Tilly. I just wondered if you remembered it. Okay. We're just checking memory cells here, brain cells. 1-1 pitch, 2 outs, a runner at second. Corbin Snyder, in his 5th inning of work, delivers high and away. uncharted territory for Rhythm starters this year so far. Thanks to all of you who have sent in posts on Facebook. Breaking pitch, grounded to short. Logan Croc stays back. Gloves, throws low and can't be dug out. Runner is heading to the plate, but Landon Ward had abandoned the plate over there, backing up the throw at first. So Blake Carter cannot throw to the plate. Could not scoop that one out. So that will be an error on Logan Croc on the throw. And a run is unearned, and the Miners get on the board. Pete Britton stands in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Nice stop by Ward. A pitch down in the artificial turf. HHS that you see right behind home plate stands for Hendersonville High School. This is their home field. Got a beautiful new dugout / locker room / workout facility right down the third base line that just was completed this spring. Pete Britton, right-handed hitter. Throw goes over to first base. Monica Paquette rooting for Caden Wooldridge. Another throw over. I'm going to say Marcia, I'm going to go with the hard G, Gerard, watching also on Facebook. And almost 80 of you on YouTube tonight. 1-0 pitch. Popped up onto the right side. Can Carter get over? It will land, I think, in the dugout. There's a little space between the roof of the dugout and the fence in front of the dugout where the players hang out. I think it got just inside there. I didn't think it went off the top. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Coulter Hamilton on deck. Snyder concerned about Cartwright at first. Cartwright takes off. The pitch is bunted. Popped up. Landon Ward slides. Can't make the nice play toward the backstop. A bunt and run there. Rhythm looking for their first caught stealing on a stolen base attempt on the year. Be on the road tomorrow up to Paducah to Brooks Stadium, Doc Heidig Field, the best press box in the Ohio Valley League, probably in the Prospect League as well. I don't think I saw one last year that was nicer than Paducah Chiefs. 1-2 line down the third base line. It's foul. Cartwright got out ahead of that one. Very hospitable folks up in Paducah, Kentucky. And then a day off on Thursday. And we'll be back home. Basically a home away schedule this year. I think one time we have back-to-back home games without an open date. Breaking pitch stays high. Those back-to-back games are during kids camp. Not sure if they're still taking entrance for kids camp, but that will be next week, Monday the 9th through Thursday the 12th. 2-2 pitch. Fisted foul. Gets off the top of the screen. Hamilton will retrieve that. Do we have our bat boy tonight or ball boy? I haven't seen little James run out there. Hoptown had a ball boy yesterday, but I asked him after the game, was he asleep a few times? There was plenty of balls to be gotten, and he didn't get after him. 2-2 pitch. Let's see if Cartwright is off. He is not, and the pitch is delivered, popped up on the left side. That will get out of play, heads up over the Merch Pavilion, right off the roof of the Merch Pavilion. A AAA Autoglass foul ball. I think they work on aluminum roofs as well. Brandon Jaggers saw him heading back on that. He was going to make a play. The board president of the Full Count Ministries. Todd Hundley is here in the house. Saw him as the owner-operator of Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a ball. And the throw down to second base, I think he was interfered with by the batter who check swung, and that's exactly what's going to be called. So the question is, Ken, is it a strikeout or okay, so it counts as a strikeout to Britton. Okay, if it's on the third strike, and that's exactly what happened. So do they call it a swinging strike then, or do you put that as a backward? A forward strikeout. So a Safeware strikeout nonetheless, as I guess that's Brian Campbell down there having a discussion. No question that he went in front of the, or went over the plate as I look at a replay. And you can do the same thing on YouTube. Probably can do it on Facebook, maybe just not as easy. There's the pitch, and one step over the plate went Britton, and that is out number 3, the 4th strikeout of the ball game. We'll take a quick break and come back and tell you about the new pitcher for the Miners after we return.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Got a new pitcher. Ken, who is it out there? Do you know? All right. Get the Bushnells out. Looks like a 4 on there. 24. Isaac Nieto, a right-hander for the bottom of the 5th, and he gets all in the kitchen of Cade Moore. That ball drops between in the Bermuda Triangle. That is Cooper Wright, Pete Britton, and Isaac Nieto. Rolled a screaming Mimi in the scorebook. A hit, a little flare pop-up. It's I got it, you take it, I guess. And Jake Merrick will step in with one on and nobody out. Cade Moore picks up his first hit in a Rhythm uniform. I'm sure he'll remember it forever. Another pop-up off to the right side. I think that will get out of play. And let's see if some youngster goes and grabs that, takes it to the Merch Pavilion to get a little squishy baseball. My grandsons love to collect those. And if he wasn't up here in the press box, I'm sure Drew Robertson would be heading off to get that foul ball. He likes to collect squishy balls. Drew, how you doing?
Doing good, sir. How are you?
All right, I'm good. Drew Robertson, 4-year Rhythm player, is our alumni spotlight. We're still looking for a new sponsor to sponsor our alumni spotlight. Drew Robertson was going to be, I had him already written in. Ooh, as Jake Merrick takes one between the 8 and the 8. The top of the 8 and the bottom of the 8, right in the middle of the back. Those feel good, don't they, Drew?
They feel really good.
You got to be pretty flexible to rub that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you have your buddies do it for you.
That's what a first base coach is for, right?
Yes, sir.
Third hit batter, rhythm batter, first by Nieto, who's on in relief of Caden Wooldridge. He goes 4 innings, gives up 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. I got that he walked 3, struck out 2, and plunked a couple batters. Right now on the hook for the loss if the Rhythm can keep the lead. They lead now 3-1 as we have a pinch hitter for John Paul Head. John Paul Head is a right-handed hitter. And I'm going to guess this is Nolan Sargent, but I'm going to have to wait to see his number. Number 11, Nolan Sargent. So I wonder if John Paul Head got hurt or if they're going lefty-righty here. So Nolan Sargent out of Belmont University. He's from Chattanooga McCallie High School. Swings and fouls that one back. He's down in the count. 0-2. So Drew just finished playing at Catawba last year. So you've been out in the workforce now for a year, right?
Yes, sir. It'll be 8 more days. It'll be a year.
All righty. Get that big 1-year raise. And
I hope so.
he's newly married. His wife working down in the merch pavilion, Caroline Robertson. Caroline, what was her maiden name?
Brassfield.
Okay. And did you meet her at school?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, she actually slid into my DMs.
A welcome slide there, right?
Hey, well, it worked out. So
okay. For some of the folks out there that don't know what a DM is, hold on, pop that out the left field. And Cliff Weisinger over and in fair territory makes the catch. The left fielder for out number 1. I'm assuming that's still Cliff Weisinger out there. So she slid into your DM. So she contacted you on social media.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Confirmed.
Instagram, Snapchat.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
That's kind of old school now, isn't it? Little IG, old school.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's more of a Snapchat world, isn't it?
Yeah, for the younger guys.
For those youngers, you're at sparkling age of what, about 23?
24.
24.
She's 23. I'm 24.
Oh, there you go. Sometimes we call them Robin. My wife, a year younger.
Yep.
Robin that cradle. Charlie Bozeman with 2 on and 1 out. Drew Robertson as our Rhythm alumni spotlight and played the first 4 years with Full Count. Correct? 3. 3 years. Did not get into the Prospect League, did you?
No, sir.
That's right. Harrison Travis, 4-year player.
Who's here tonight?
Harrison Travis is here?
He is here. Yep.
Well, we having a Rhythm reunion. I just talked about Harrison as I saw Trevor wearing one of his old numbers, 12. I mean, that was Travis's number. You wore the number 3.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Big Jack Thompson here. What was he, 30?
14.
14, okay. Jack held Drew's hand as Drew was a little bit nervous about coming up to the press box, talking to his old Full Count Fall League coach. Did we win a championship together, Drew?
Yeah, we're 1-1.
Okay.
1 year, 1 championship.
We lost 1, and then we won 4 in a row. You were only there for 1 of those, though, right?
Just 1.
3-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Bozeman taking a 3-run home run hack. Comes up empty. So now you're in the workforce. You got a new wife. I mean, you're adulting.
I am. It is. It's kind of weird sometimes, but it's kind of weird to watch baseball because you kind of feel like that you're on the bench and you can't really do anything, and you still find yourself like cheering for your guys. But and you're like, what am I supposed to do here? But it is it's a fun experience being on the other side, but I do miss it.
And you have a job to do, though, this year with Full Count Rhythm, don't you? You are a mentor.
Yes, I am a
right?
mentor with for Parker Staborski.
Staborski, who's from Catawba.
Mm-hmm.
You're like me. You'd never heard of Catawba until you left Freed Hardman and you just landed at Catawba.
Yeah, it's credit to KT.
Kenny Thomas, the coach at the time there, who's very aware of Catawba, a D2 school in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
And he got you hooked in with the folks down there, and that was an excellent relationship, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
That was a God type moment for you, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Yep.
3 years? Were you 3 years at
3
Catawba?
years, yeah, 1 year as a pitcher, 2 years as a position.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Full Count Ministries, full count. Pitch is high. Ball 4, and Nieto walks Bozeman, and the bases are loaded for Blake Carter. First walk by Nieto. He's hit a batter. Cade Moore started the inning off with the little soft pop-up that landed between first baseman, second baseman, and the pitcher for an infield single. Blake Carter is 2 for 2 in this game with an RBI, stands in, licking his chops. Corners are in. Short and second at double play depth. First pitch is a fastball right on the hands for a called strike. So Staborski was at Catawba your last year.
Yes, sir.
So he must have been a red shirt that year and then played last year?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they just finished up.
Followed the fastball inside with a breaking pitch inside and had Carter leaning back, and he's now down in the count 0-2. So, and Parker Staborski is staying at your dad's house, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Andrew and your stepmom, Autumn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And your mom, is she still in Hawaii? Swing and a miss. Down goes Carter.
No, she's back now. She's
Okay.
actually, I think she's in Texas now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Heather Robertson. And what about Nana from Naperville? Everybody wants to know. Is she down in, is it Fort Myers, Florida now?
She's in Naperville right now.
She's back in Naperville?
Yeah, she's got her place in Naperville, and she goes to Fort Myers when it gets cold up north.
Okay, well, you tell Nana that that we ask about her and talk about her often on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Awesome.
So
I should have told her that'd be on tonight.
yeah, well, she can go back. It's on YouTube.
There you go.
It's there forever.
Mm-hmm.
So Parker Staborski, hey, he's at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Drew Robertson can bring him a little mojo. He got hit by a pitch right down there in the Zapatas earlier. That pitch started to head down that way. I think he had a little concern that it might be going down that way. He's got a conversation going there with the home plate umpire, Jason Carey. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs now. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. And Nieto trying to pull a Caden Wooldridge here and wiggle off the hook. Strand 3 more runners. Rhythm stranded 3 in the 4th.
I'm going to stay on 1 here, Park.
Parker, the center fielder and right-handed hitter. He's going to
He's
get
on that one.
He's going to get an RBI the hard way there, isn't he? He's going to get plunked. Second plunking of the inning. Second plunking of the game for Staborski as well. And in comes Cade Moore, who seems like he's been on the bases for a week. Bases remain loaded. And waiting for Landon Ward to discard all of his equipment. The catcher, 0 for 1 with a walk. Staborski, 37 games this past year with Catawba, 65 at-bats. Double, a triple, a couple of bombs, 15 RBIs for Staborski for the Catawba, don't call me Catawaba Indians. Heard Catawaba, Todd Hamilton up at, I'm not sure if he's still broadcasted for the Paducah Chiefs this year. We'll find out tomorrow when we get up there, but 2 years ago. Apparently, he had not seen Catawba before, and I heard him calling you guys Levi Perrell and Drew Robertson, and who else did we have from? We've had a half a dozen probably.
Zeb Burns.
Zeb, okay.
Marshall Raper.
There you go. He was in for a minute and a half.
And Griffin Shelton.
Okay.
Oh, and Carlos, which he transferred.
Oh, that's
to
right.
Catawba. Yep.
Carlos Lara, one of the all-time favorites. He'll be a subject very soon of the alumni spotlight. Carlos Lara. We'll have to get Martin McDaniel up here to announce him. 1-2 pitch driven down the right field line. That could be trouble if it's fair, and it is foul, as Landon Ward lets me know, as he stopped right before the bag. I was looking for Trevor Stevens, the first base umpire, to give me a clue because it is out of my viewing area. So I know if it's out of mine, I know it's out of yours on the video feed. Again, Andrew Holmes doing, as far as I can see, an excellent job of camera switching tonight. So big thanks to him. 1-2 pitch again to Ward. That misses low and away. We're visiting with Drew Robertson, 3-year full count rhythm player. He was one of the original, reminiscing. I sent a text to Gunnar Ricketts last night. Mm-hmm. He was our alumni spotlight. We were back at Hoptown where this whole thing started, game 1 up in Hopkinsville. Full count Ministries, full count, a check swing. They're going to check down at first base. And no, they're not. He just said he went. I didn't see Trevor Stevens say. So apparently Jason Carey made the call, and that's a strikeout. We're just going to keep it right here. So, Andrew, you can take 5. And that will end the inning. The Rhythm do get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. 3 runners left aboard and lead 4-1. So they get the run back that they gave up in the 5th. But Drew Robertson, he's from Beach High School right down the road here from DC3, Drakes Creek 3, and played several games here at Drakes Creek Park against the rival Commandos, but went to Freed Hardeman right out of high school. He was supposed to be a 2-way player down there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what did you do down in Freed Hardeman? Did you mostly pitch or mostly play in the
well, I played,
or both?
I played mostly outfield my freshman year before COVID hit.
Okay.
And then came back and was a pitcher, and got blessed to get Carmen reached out to me and came here to play, and turned out really well, and was able to transfer to Catawba.
And 3 years at Catawba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, and finished up as a position player, and your last game was in the championship of the Division II
It was in the
World
semis.
Series? You were in the
yeah.
semis?
Yeah,
Okay.
we faced Tampa, which we do have a Tampa guy coming this year.
Okay, Jake Turr, I believe his name is. I thought you guys played in that final. Who'd you play in that final game?
We played Tampa in the semis.
In the semis,
Yeah,
okay.
and then they beat us 7-4, I think.
Okay, and then they went on and won
Yes.
the championship that year, didn't they?
Yes,
okay.
sir. Mm-hmm.
So came back home, and Caroline, is she from here?
Yeah, she's from across the lake in Mount Juliet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so she's a Bear.
Yes.
And you make your home here in Goodlettsville, Hendersonville, where?
Right now we're in Mount Juliet.
Okay.
Still, but we're looking to kind of get closer to Long Hollow here in the near future.
Okay.
Closer to family, kind of be centered in everything, especially if we're going to be involved with the Rhythm and full count, in the coming years.
All right. Okay. We have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. J.C. Myers, a right-hander, 6'2", 205 pounds, from White House, Tennessee, is on. He's from Columbia State. And I do not have his particular information yet. I need from him parents' names and siblings and grandparents, so hopefully we'll pick that information up here ASAP as he goes 2 balls, no strikes to Coulter Hamilton, the 3-hole hitter for the Miners. Hamilton squaring around a bunt, and that pitch hit somebody. Not sure if that hit the umpire or the catcher, or apparently it didn't get Hamilton because he's still standing at the plate. And squaring around again on a 3-0 pitch. A 4-pitch walk from Myers. So Corbin Snyder almost got the better of Logan Harrell, Ryan Sweeney, and Roman Petricka. He went 5 innings, did give up the 2 hits, but allowed 1 run. It was unearned. He walked 2, struck out 4. These are unofficial. If you want the official ones, go to Game Changer and look at Ken Stegall's. He never makes a mistake. He knows I'm kidding, and he would tell you that. Occasionally he'll make a mistake. He is a human being. So Snyder in line for the victory if the Rhythm can retain this lead. Cliff Weisinger will step to the plate. He has one of the 2 hits for the Madisonville Miners, visiting on the alumni spotlight. Since he was here at the park, we'll let him go after this half inning. Drew Robertson probably going to head out and do some more autographs at the merch pavilion where he likes to hang out, because that's where his wife is working tonight. Myers.
Some more Kona ice.
Myers, 6 innings of work this past year with the Columbia State Chargers. 3 of those were starts. He was 2-1. 12 innings of work. Struck out 12 batters. And there is the first strike that he delivers. Count goes 1 ball and 1 strike to the Miners left fielder. Four to 1, the Rhythm lead. Weisinger ducks under that offering. So is the same coach there in Catawba that there hadn't been a coaching change, right?
No, sir. It's still Jim Gant.
Okay. Long way away from home, but it was a good experience for you, I know, because you got a chance to play. And anybody who has ever seen Drew Robertson play knows that he goes all out, every ounce of energy, the whole game.
Absolutely. Needed those ice baths after every game.
He was a train wreck. That pitch goes behind Weisinger and goes to the backstop. Myers will retrieve his own wild pitch.
If I can tell a funny story.
You talk.
After some of our games, I guess it was Levi's first year, so year 2.
Levi Perrell, another former Rhythm player.
Yeah, we used to go back to my dad's house after every game, and we'd stop by the Speedway over by Frameworks, and we'd get big old bags of ice and fill up the trash cans. And me, him, and Tyler Franks would just jump in there and freeze our legs off after every game.
Tyler Franks, former first baseman, left-handed pitcher out of Kennesaw State. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, as another walk. And now we have an offensive timeout. I assume Brian Campbell wants to have confab with his batter and his 2 runners. You don't see this a lot, but it's happened. See it on the college baseball games these days. But matter of fact, Josh Carmen had an offensive meeting yesterday after the Hoppers had a mound visit, and it went on and on and on. We now have a 3rd Rhythm alumni spotlight. So Jack Thompson, who's also up here, Drew Robertson, and number 12, Harrison Travis, who actually is in the building. Harrison Travis is here. He might have to put that headset on. Jack Thompson might have to put that headset on. How long are you guys here? You guys here for the weekend? I know Jack lives here.
Jack just went down to get him some hibachi.
Oh, is he? He's not behind me anymore?
No, sir.
Okay. Nobody out, 2 on. Let's see if he squares around. He does, and the pitch goes to the backstop. The bunt, or is he hit by a pitch? Dylan Toller squares around. He gets hit by a pitch. J.C. Myers having trouble finding the plate here and has loaded the bases. A couple of walks and a hit batter. And it brings Sean O'Brien to the plate. We cannot, from the press box, see the bullpen. So, but I can only imagine that there is activity there with the new building down that third base line. You guys go in that building yet?
Not yet, no.
No?
Dugouts are nice, though.
Yeah.
They've redone them.
Oh, yeah. So the whole thing is there. Sean O'Brien looks at ball one. He's 0 for 2. All right, so where'd Harrison go? Is he still?
Yeah, he's still here. We got Jack back, too.
Okay, Jack's back. He got his cone of ice or whatever. So, Harrison, how long you in town? Are you? Okay. Well, I want to have you at some point in time have a seat in that spot right there and do the alumni spotlight. Anytime I can get an actual live person, it's better than me telling the folks about it. Yesterday, Gunnar Ricketts, your former teammate at Carson Newman, that ball's fouled off the screen, was our alumni spotlight. And I texted him, and he had the very first rhythm hit. You guys were a part of that right there, Drew Robertson and Harrison Travis. He had the first hit, the first run scored by a rhythm player. And who drove in Gunnar Ricketts? Anybody remember?
Was it Christian?
On a sacrifice fly, it was not. It was not Christian Smith, our shortstop.
Ben Brooks.
Ben Brooks right there from Memphis, University of Memphis at that time. Played at JP too. So is he still coaching up at Tennessee Tech?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. 2-2 pitch coming to Sean O'Brien is way outside. Nice stab there by Landon Ward to keep the runners at their current bases. And a full count, Ministries full count. I got to believe that if Myers does not retire O'Brien, this would be the last batter that J.C. Myers faces.
We like to make it interesting around here.
Yeah. Swing and a miss, and he gets his first batter on a Safeway strikeout. By getting that strikeout right there, he's a pitch away, but he's not going to get an opportunity to do it. Josh Carman, head coach, out of the dugout, and there will be a pitching change. So we'll wrap up here real quick with Drew Robertson and tell you, Drew, it's good to have you back here in the area. And
sir, it's a pleasure.
A lovely wife who's down there. Obviously, she's helping out Brooke Carmen and the folks. I'm not sure. Is she going to be around all year? Or
every home game she'll
so
be
she's here for the – okay, great.
Yes, sir.
And so good luck being a mentor. It's not easy, but it's a big responsibility.
Yes, sir. I'm all for it.
Good to have you back here at Rhythm Games, and always good to see you and your family.
Yes, sir. Likewise. I appreciate you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Here on the Rhythm Alumni Spotlight, buddy. Our first live performance.
There we go.
Of 2025. So
awesome.
Jack Thompson needs to talk. I know he needs to talk, so you better give that headset there to Jack.
How are we doing, Mr. Reese?
Good. Not Jack Armstrong, Jack Thompson.
Jack,
how many times have I called you Jack Armstrong?
Oh, 1,000.
I mean, just it's like I've changed your name.
Oh, I know.
Hey, at Vol State this past year, we have a Anakin Jack Armstrong. He goes by AJ, and he actually plays for the Fulton Railroaders.
I saw that the other night.
And so he's a player, obviously, that I've seen all spring.
If I recall correctly, you said he's the walk machine.
He is. He walked 3 times in that game, and he had the highest walk per plate appearance percentage in the TCCAA, as a matter of fact, as we do have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Braylon Hall, the first pitcher to get a second appearance as he comes on with the bases loaded and 1 out. Braylon Hall on in relief of J.C. Myers, who goes a third of an inning, no hits. At this point, no runs, but the 3 runners on base are his responsibility. Couple of walks, a hit batter, and a strikeout, as he had a tough time finding the plate. Already had discussions about Braylon. He's from Farragut High School, the third from that high school, all 3 teammates. at 3 different schools. Braylon Hall's at Lee University. He's from Knoxville, the son of Scott and Suzanne Hall, who I chatted with. They were up in Fulton on opening night. He has a Nana in Lenoir City. Tanner Sandell is his mentor. So he is on to face Justin Early, I assume, or is this a pinch hitter? Pinch hitter, left-handed hitter. Hall's first pitch is high and away. Number 8, one of our couple, nope. Wrong roster. Noah Burning is the pinch hitter from Brandon, Florida. Bishop State Community College fouls that one off.
Now back from the minors. Hello.
Jack Armstrong, 2-year rhythm player from Reston, Virginia.
That is correct.
All right. 1-1 pitch. Catches the inside corner at the letters. And tell the folks where you played and when you finished.
I played at the Virginia Military Institute, and I graduated in May of 2024. And I am mentoring Peyton Vaught, who is also from the Virginia Military Institute.
I ball to first, and a throw to Landon Ward, a little bit high, but Ward able to get on his tippy toes, collect that throw from Blake Carter, and stay on the plate for the fielder's choice. Nice play there by Ward as Burning reaches out at the plate. Coulter Hamilton. And now 2 outs. Alex Frawley is scheduled, and it appears as though that's still him. He takes a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Braylon Hall trying to wiggle off a couple hooks right here. 0-1. And another one bites that outside corner, and he's ahead 0-2. Jack Thompson, don't call me Armstrong. Your mom checked in earlier on Facebook. I assume she's probably still listening.
You
probably texted her and said, hey, I'm fixing to get on.
I did.
And a hit batter in the 0-2 just inside allows a run to come in. Second hit batter of the inning, first for Hall. That run charged to J.C. Myers as Cliff Weisinger comes in. So, Jack, what are you doing these days after graduating from VMI?
I am working out at the Governor's Club trying to earn my PGA certification.
And a line drive into center field is going to score 1. Here's the throw, cut off. And it is a 2-run single by Cooper Wright, who's 2 for 3 in the ballgame. And we are tied up. Cooper Wright delivers here in the top of the 6th. Over to down to second is Frawley. Back to the top of the lineup, Ian Cartwright. That's the first hit in the inning. And it comes as the 7th batter in the lineup. And I think that the 4 runs or the 3 runs are all charged to Myers. Is that right? And is that one because he took the place of the other one? Is that how that works, Ken? I thought you're the one that told me that. When on a fielder's choice, if one takes the place of the other, that it's charged to whoever put the batter on base. So I'll let Ken Stegall, the official scorer, do his job, and I'll just call him as I see him. Cartwright with a 1-2 count, the 8th batter to come to the plate. 3 hits now in the ball game for the Miners. Started to go. Let's see if they check down at first base. They do not. So the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. So you've moved back here to Middle Tennessee.
I have. I live in Franklin now. Lord willing, I love Full Count so much I couldn't get enough of it.
2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch. That's going to ring up Ian Cartwright and another Safeware strikeout to end the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Hall, except for that big 2-out single by Cooper Wright. The Rhythm would be leading, but instead we are tied. 3 runs all earned, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Again, we'll keep it right here. So we're talking to Jack Thompson, getting a 2-for-1 special right here on Alumni Spotlights. Harrison Travis, did he take off too?
Dissipated.
Okay, he'll be back. He didn't want to sit up here. But a little different press box up here. Jack, did you ever run the scoreboard while you were here?
I
Okay.
did.
So
I sat next to you the whole time.
And Maureen, and remind me your dad's name.
Gene.
Gene. He's not as chatty on a Facebook.
No, he's not as tech savvy.
Okay. Let's see if we have anybody that's posed a question at all here. Tyler Cruz checking it.
Really?
Former Rhythm player.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ken, Tyler Cruz checked in and he said, I don't know who's doing the scoreboard, but I guarantee he doesn't do as good a job as Tyler Cruz does. Hey, Tyler, here's what he's not doing. He's not FaceTiming his girlfriend or now wife. Tyler Cruz now married, Jack.
Yes, he is.
What do you think about that? Wonder where is he down living in Alabama?
I believe so.
Well, good to hear from Tyler Cruz. We got Jay Myers. Oh, there we go. Okay, he's my research analyst. I'm going to have to meet Jay. I'm assuming Jay is part of J.C. Myers. So there's the siblings. Jay, would that be accurate? Are you helping me with my biographical information that I asked for earlier? I like to have all my ducks in a row, Jack. So J.C. Myers, I had no parents. I'm going to go with Jay and somebody. But
You've
the
always
siblings.
had quite the encyclopedia to go from.
I'll write it down while it's on here. Brittany Williams. I'm probably just going to go first names. Brittany, Alyssa, and Ashlyn. Got 3 sisters. Poor dude. How many siblings you got, Jack?
None, only child.
You got none. You're a Lone Ranger. Poor guy.
My brothers are Drew Robertson, Levi Perrell, Zeb Burns, and Marshall Raper.
There you go.
And Henry Jackson.
That's pretty good.
Soon to be married, Henry Jackson.
Henry the Eagle Jackson is not married yet? I thought
Not yet. July 5th.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Back on the mound, Isaac Nieto. First pitch swinging. Jonathan Stewart grounds one to third. On the run, the throw, and the dig. And they got Jonathan Stewart. Sean O'Brien with a nice play. Cooper Wright over at first. Jonathan Stewart retired here in the bottom of the 6th inning. All tied up. And switch hitting Logan Kroc, the leadoff batter, stands in his first at-bat from the left side. Squaring around a bunt, takes a called strike. A little bit of a higher pitch than you really like when you want to lay down a bunt. Jack Thompson knows that from the pitcher's mound side of it, a right-hander. Dropped down a little bit sideways there, sidearm, didn't you?
Yep.
All right. VMI, a key debt. The Virginia Military Institute, located in what city?
Lexington, Virginia.
There we go, Lexington, Virginia. Decided not to go the military route. Got your degree in?
Economics and business.
And now you're going to be a golf professional.
Taken after my father.
Is that right? Is that what he does?
Before I was born, yes.
Okay. And he had to get a real job?
Yep.
Okay. Line down the left field line, it goes foul. Cliff Weisinger now reappears behind the structure that is the third base dugout. He stays close to the fair line down there. Down in the count, 0-2 is Kroc. Looks at a pitch low and inside. Logan Kroc, a Butler Bulldog. A couple of Butler Bulldogs last year and have 2 new ones this year. Jack, your last year with the Rhythm was in 23, right? Here in the OVL.
Sir.
So you walked off a champion.
Yep, 2-time champ.
Swing and a miss, and down is Croc. 2 outs in the 6th. Did you pitch in that championship game?
I pitched in both championship clinching games.
Did you?
I'm not sure. I think I received a win in both games.
I'm sitting here thinking. That's why I asked. I wondered if you'd remember. Now I'd have to go back and look. I do have the score sheets from those games, of course. Of course, Harrison Travis in 2022 hit a home run on the first pitch of the bottom of the 9th in the championship final game. Well, actually, it wasn't the final. We won 2 in a row over Du Bois County.
I watched that broadcast last night.
Did you really?
I did. I find myself watching it once a month.
That's crazy. Cade Moore at the plate, 1 for 3. Yeah, Zach Williams and I, as broadcasters, would go back and both do it differently if we had the opportunity. But there was definitely excitement in the broadcast, no question. But I sure didn't think Harry was going to swing at the first pitch.
I didn't either.
Or I wouldn't have been talking. Zach Williams not back this year. He had his second child in May. 3-0 pitch taken as Cade Moore just stepped backwards out of the box.
I didn't know I was going to be in that game until the Tyler Franks was 0-2. Coach Ross Spurgeon had me warm up with 30 seconds to go.
Oh, my gosh. Jake Merrick stands in, been hit by a pitch twice and flew out to right field. Jake started out hot for the Rhythm, cooled down just a bit, was 1 for 3 in yesterday's game at Hoptown, had an infield single and drove in a run with a sac fly from the University of Alabama, Birmingham. And at third base and in that 3-hole every game. Takes a pitch on the river on the outside corner. Hopping off the bag is Cade Moore, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but that pitch was yanked glove side. A wild pitch moves Moore in scoring position. The Rhythm had a 6-2 lead in yesterday's game, gave up 4 runs to the Hoppers in the bottom of the 8th as they came back to tie the score, just like the Miners have here in the top of the 6th. But the next half inning, full count, retook the lead and held on for the 8-6 victory over Hoptown yesterday. And there's a line drive to center field. That's down. A late break by Moore at third, and they're going to hold the runner. 2 outs. I'm not sure why Moore wasn't off with the swing, but that might cost the Rhythm there. Jake Merritt with a base hit up the middle.
Quite the throw by the center fielder there, Tim.
Yeah, I didn't even see where it went. I was actually looking at Moore to see if, and your former teammate Carson Howard, who's our third base coach.
Yes, he is.
That's a little weird looking, isn't it?
A little bit, yes, as he's a pitcher.
So what happened on the throw?
Straight to the catcher's chest.
Is that right?
Yes,
No hop?
1 hop.
Ian Cartwright with a nice seed right to the catcher, Alex Frawley.
I'll tell you, Tim, I'm achieving one of my childhood dreams, being on the broadcast. I've always wanted to be an announcer at Fenway, so I'm achieving a dream here.
I mean, this is just like Fenway and ESPN, only totally different, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, it's good to have you on a broadcast.
Absolutely.
I'll have more opportunity this year with Zach Williams gone as that ball's cracked down the right field line, but it goes foul. A AAA Autoglass foul ball. Thanks to the Doris family for their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. Have to find out. They got a double page ad. Look at that. They don't just do windshields anymore. Premium shower glass, mirrors. Sargent looks at a called strike. Came on as a pinch hitter for John Paul Head. In the 5th inning, flew out to left field. I am a customer of AAA Autoglass now. They came out and had to fix a crack in my wife's vehicle that's now owned by my daughter. 0-2 pitch with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Ground ball to the second baseman. Bobbled by Britton, but he throws to second to get Merrick for the final out. And so the base running right there might have cost Rhythm a run. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are 2/3 of the way through this ball game, and we are all knotted at 4. We've been visiting with Jack Thompson. I'm going to let him go, and we're going to see if we get some commercials in here, Jack. We've got to get some people in. Good to have you here. Come back anytime.
I'll probably be back within the next couple days.
Well, come on back up.
Ever need some help, you know where to call.
All right. We'll call you. All right. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the 7th we go. 2, 3, and 4 due up as Braylon Hall back out on the mound. His first full inning of work. First pitch to Britton is a breaking pitch that stays in tight. Britton 0 for 2 with a walk. Appreciate Drew Robertson and Jack Thompson, former Rhythm players who are here at the ballpark, joining us on the broadcast for the Alumni Spotlight today. A double dip. Swinging a tapper foul down the third base line. Get to some of the comments here. Grandma Sebi supporting the Miners back in Plainfield, Illinois. Somebody said I missed the ejection on the Miners. Somebody got thrown out of the game? If so, I didn't see it as Britton does not move and he gets plunked in the left arm. We got a handful of hit by pitches today. That's the second hit batter by Braylon Hall. He hit Alex Frawley. I think that was an 0-2 pitch, and another 0-2 there. Tyler Cruz says that girl you were FaceTime. I believe she was like in England, Tyler, and you were FaceTiming. I'm like, I don't know who's paying the freight on that. And another hit batter. Back to back is Rhythm pitching, struggling to get the ball over the plate. A couple of breaking pitches. It actually is 3. Josh Carmen wants to come out and have a chat with Jason Carey, the home plate umpire. I got to believe it has to do with these hit by pitches, whether or not maybe they're trying to get out of the way. I don't know that you have to try, but you definitely can't lean in. And I wouldn't say that anybody had leaned in. Ooh, Jason Carey about got drilled with a practice swing by Cliff Weisinger. I think Weisinger saw him just at the last minute. Time's called again. Jimmy Gamboa wants to come out and have a chat with Braylon Hall. Gamboa back for his second year as a pitching coach from Las Vegas, Nevada, now pitching coach. Just finished his first year at Emory and Henry in Abingdon, Virginia, says Hen Stegall. Emery and Henry, right? Okay. I like to know things, Ken. Problem is, you can tell me and tell me and tell me, and I keep forgetting. Tyler Cruz says she was in London, England. I don't know about the ejection. That's confusing me. So we might have to get the word on that after the game from Josh Carman. See, Julie Fanning says that Jack's aunt Julie is listening. I assume that's Jack Armstrong's aunt, because I don't think we have a Jack that's playing in the ball game. 2 runners on. Let's see if he squares the bunt. He does. Pops it up to the left. Landon Ward's got to play. And there's a pitch that nearly hit Weisinger, but instead he got a bat on it almost as a defensive move and pops out to the catcher, Landon Ward, for out number 1. Fortuitous pop up right there. Dylan Toller 0 for 2, and he's also received a plunking. 4 hit batters by Rhythm pitching today, 3 of them by Braylon Hall. The pitch on the outside corner is called strike. The line score shows 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for each team. And Ken Stegall, the official scorer, just pointed out there the Miners have been hit more than they've gotten hits. And is there 4 for us as well? 4 hit batters for both teams. Wow. You'd think these teams don't like each other, but I don't really think there's any bad blood. But then again, I didn't know somebody was ejected. What do I know? Ground ball to the right side. It's going to be too tough to turn 2, head first slide. They throw to first, almost turning that double play. Was Logan Kroc, but Ritten moves down to third on the fielder's choice. Coulter Hamilton out 4-6 for out number 2. Toller reaches on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up third baseman Sean O'Brien, who's 0 for 3. Appreciate all the kind comments on the broadcast throughout, as we are in our 5th year here, so trying to improve year after year. That's why we got rid of Zach Williams. We made sure that he and his wife were going to have another baby. So, no, I'm just kidding. We missed Zach up here in the rhythm section. Grown to be like a second son to me. 1-0, swung on and missed. You talk about some pipes. That guy's got a voice. He doesn't know anything about baseball, but he sure knows about movies, doesn't he, Ken? It's a Wonderful Life. Runner delayed steal, no throw down. Ward goes not to throw. Stolen base for Toller. Seeing that delayed steal a lot more over the years, and it's been very successful. O'Brien 2-1 pitch, takes a called strike, and Braylon Hall trying to wiggle off that hook again. Paige Conley Smith rooting for Braylon. Former Farragut Admiral. The 2-2. Just inside. On deck, Noah Burning, who pinch hit for Justin Early in the 6th, is on deck. Full Count Ministries, Full Count rings him up with a Safeware strikeout. Sean O'Brien goes down looking on a pitch. Very questionable there, but the second strikeout of the ball game for Braylon Hall. We'll have stretch time. We're going to get in rhythm here at Drakes Creek Park. If you haven't been here, then if you're sitting at home, just go ahead and get on the Googler and put Johnny Cash's Get in Rhythm, and you'll be just like you're at the ballpark. We'll be right back for the bottom of the seventh after this short break. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese, Andrew Holmes back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. So we move to the bottom of the seventh, still knotted at 4. New pitcher on for the Madisonville Miners. Number 11, Max Hotze. Hotze. Had to Tim Fitzgerald, our PA man, he looked it up. He's professional now. He went to the lookup. We did not get a pronunciation assistance from Madisonville before the game on that name. So we were just happy to get numbers on the roster. So you're going to face Charlie Bozeman, Blake Carter, Parker Staborski here in the bottom of the seventh. Flamethrower broke that bat and a fister over to the right side. That bat died not a hero as 1-3, Bozeman out. That's called sawed off. I'm guessing that Hotze delivers the ball a little bit faster than the two previous pitchers for the Miners. Isaac Nieto goes 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, 1 run. Blake Carter stands in. He's 2 for 3. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Nieto walked 2 and hit 2. I'm sure he didn't mean to hit those batters. And just for the fun of it, he struck out 3. Max Hotze, the third pitcher on for Brian Campbell and the Miners. Both teams undefeated in the early season. 3-0 as a sidearm slider misses outside. Ball and a strike. The Rhythm will be on the road again tomorrow up to Paducah, Kentucky to take on the Chiefs. One's down. About 100 of you listening in tonight. Some Rhythm fans, some Miner fans. Glad to have everybody on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Lined near the pole. We nearly got a ring the bell. Going to have to get that crowd mic. I got to find one. Might have to go borrow one at Vol State Community College where I broadcast in the spring. See if my buddy A.J. Fawson can let go of one of those $10 microphones. 2-2 pitch. That's going to catch that outside corner and catch Blake Carter looking. First 2 in the 7th are retired. Second time that Carter's gone down on strikes. That brings Staborski to the plate. He's been a human pincushion tonight, just like Jake Merrick. 4 hit batters. It's actually been 2 batters that have been hit twice each. Parker Staborski been plunked twice and reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Swings at the first pitch. He saw a pitch that wasn't coming at his body and said, hey, maybe I'll swing at this one. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate is our meal sponsor tonight, so both teams will be fed well by Todd Hunley and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Swing and a miss by Staborski from Catawba, former teammate of Drew Robertson. Levi Perrell, former Rhythm players. Drew and his lovely wife, Caroline. 0-2. Popped up and out of play. A AAA Autoglass foul ball. I don't think that'll reach all the way to the Carolinas or Texas or Louisiana. But if you need a premium shower glass, mirror solutions, custom closet systems even, we're moving on past even just glass. Door hardware, bath hardware. Call AAA Autoglass. And another caught looking. Down goes Staborski on strikes as Holtz comes in and retires the 3 batters he faces in the 7th. We're still tied after 7, and hopefully we don't get to it, but we've got a new extra inning rule here that I'll tell you about in the next half inning. We'll be right back after this short break.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Eli Emery, the 4th pitcher on for head coach Josh Carman. Emery from Quincy University, 6'1", 185-pound redshirt freshman. He's from right across the pond here, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. An aviation major at Quincy University in Illinois. The son of John and Jennifer Emery, brother to Claire and Ben. Grandpa Jim and Grandma Sarah there in Mount Juliet. Papa Charles is in Grand Prairie, Texas. Eli Emery pitched here a couple days ago at the home game. Went an inning, no hits, a run. It was earned, walked 1, struck out 1, and also plunked the batter. But he is now the pitcher of record in this ball game as he comes in for Braylon Hall. Hall went 1 2/3 innings. Gave up 1 hit, no runs. He did plunk 3, though. He apparently was angry today. Noah Burning will lead off as Emery misses just outside. Let's see if Nolan Sargent actually went out to right field. I think that's him out in right field. So Charlie Bozeman in left, Parker Staborski. As a healthy cut there by Burning, comes up empty. Burning reached on a fielder's choice in the 3-run sixth, ended up coming around to score. That run was charged to J.C. Myers, who was charged with 3 runs in his 1/3 of an inning. Another swing and a miss. Raylan Hall did not walk a batter. Struck out 2. 1-2 pitch coming from Emery. Ground ball to the right side. It will bounce foul. Game changers, where you can see the official stats. Also check out other scores in the league. Fulton Railroaders, who are 0-3 so far, they are leading Henderson at Henderson 7-5. I said that's at Henderson. The way Game Changer puts it up here, I'm not really sure. 1-2 pitch. Misses low and inside. Have to actually go to the game to see. Probably is, because Fulton has hosted their first 2 games. I think they were on the road yesterday, and that is at Henderson. There's a line drive. That will get into center field for a base hit. And look at Noah Burning is high stepping down to first base line, almost past first base. He was celebrating looking into the first base dugout. He was very elated. Maybe because that now changes the line score up there on the scoreboard to 4 hits for the Miners. Alex Frawley stands in. Squaring around a bunt and having the pitch go behind him. The second time that's happened today by Rhythm Pitching. And a wild pitch does what the sacrifice bunt was going to attempt to do, and that's move the runner down to second. Squaring around. See if he can move the runner to third, and another wild pitch is going to do that job for him. Another wild pitch by Emery. Sometimes just squaring around a bunt will distract a pitcher enough that they totally lose focus on their target, which is the catcher's mitt, not the bat. And now the go-ahead run on at third base. The Rhythm have brought the infield in here in the top of the 8th inning. Emery comes set and delivers. That pitch misses inside. The count now goes to 3-0. Not an ideal situation for full count. Looking to continue the winning streak. Paducah Chiefs defeated Hoptown 2-0 tonight. 3-0 pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right. So no 3-0 take there by the number 8 hole hitter, Alex Frawley. He was hacking. Ron Wilson from Madisonville watching. Would assume that's not the Ron Wilson, the comedian. Oh, sorry, wrong guy. Ron White. Ball 4 is just outside. Just like the All-American boy, Jack Armstrong, who's actually Jack Thompson. Now runners at first and third. Sorry, Ron. Maybe you're a comedian anyway. Maybe you're the Ron Wilson comedian from Madisonville. We like funny people around here. Stephen Wright, there you go. But this is Ron Wilson, not Ron Wright. This is Cooper Wright. He squared around the bunt and then pulled the bat back as another delayed steal moves Frawley down to second. Now runners at second and third and bring the infield in on a 1-0 count to Wright. He had a big 2-run single in that 3-run sixth, looking to put the Miners up here in the 8th. Not a chance on that pitch above his head. Rhythm have walked now 5 batters in the ball game and hit 4, so 9 free base runners along with 1 error. Total 10 free bases. And it looks like they're packing up the merch tent down there. Not a merch tent, it's a pavilion. Used to be known as a merch tent, but it never was a tent. There was a tent down there where the building is, but now the hospitality area is in the merch pavilion. I hope you're taking notes because there will be a test later, folks. 3-0 pitch coming. 3-0 is in there for a called strike. What was the question? What's merch? What's merch? Merchandise. Merchant. Looking for the first out of the inning. 2 runners on, nobody out. 3-1 is high, ball 4. Eli Emery giving up a single to Noah Burning and then walked Frawley and Wright, and we're going to have another offensive meeting between 3 base runners and the batter. This is what we're going to do. We're going to hit the ball and we're going to run. I would highly doubt we're going to put a bunt on here. Leadoff batter Ian Cartwright coming to the plate. He has struck out twice, grounded out to third base, reached on an error on a ground ball to Logan Kroc at shortstop. And coming up on 9:30, 2.5 hour mark. I was going to tell you what the new rule, the extra inning rule is in the OVL is the home team gets to choose whether or not they want to go on offense or defense. And only a half inning is going to be played. So whoever goes on offense, if they score, they win. If the defense holds them, they win. That's how the new extra inning rule is. Not squaring around the bunt. Is this actually Ian Cartwright? Because this is a left-handed batter and Cartwright is not. Is he a switch hitter? Number 18 is the new batter, not 16. They snuck another pinch hitter in on us. Jackson Grissom squaring around a bunt as Ward leaps. I haven't seen an umpire point up to the press box all game. Is that just me not seeing? Squaring again, and the pitch is down low. Not sure. Landon Ward pointing to the left. Not sure what he was doing, but it's a 3-ball, no strike count. So Emery's going to have to come in to Jackson Grissom. And it can't do it. Grissom from Indiana University Southeast, and that's where Brian Campbell is an assistant coach. He's from Louisville, Kentucky, and he just gets the RBI to give the Miners their first lead, and Josh Carman out of the dugout. And we'll have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
You might get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation, but your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Peyton Vaught on in relief. 6'2", 210-pound rising sophomore at VMI, the former home of Jack Thompson, Virginia Military Institute, Amelia, Virginia, where Peyton Vaught is from. The son of Robert and Carrie Vaught, brother to Anna and Jack, grandson of Papa and Nanny in Lynchburg, Virginia. Went to Amelia County High School. 2025, 5 innings or 5 appearances, all in relief for VMI. Got a couple of strikeouts. He's going to come in bases loaded, nobody out. And the Rhythm, for the first time this year, find themselves behind. Got a 4-2 victory over the Roaders on opening night up in Fulton, Kentucky. Then a 7-2 victory here in the home opener against the Henderson Flash. 8-6 win at Hoptown last night. Now trail 5-4 to the 3-0 Madisonville Miners. Madisonville in a excellent position to increase that lead here as Pete Britton, the second baseman, stands in. The base is loaded. Infield is in. Cade Moore now starts to sneak up on what would be the infield grass. And Vaught delivers. There's a strike in there. The first pitch that Britton sees. Britton 0 for 2. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Moore's got it. He throws a strike to Ward. Throw down to first. Not in time. That would have been a different double play in the book there, but a fielder's choice allows Britton to reach. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Alex Frawley is out at the plate, 4-2 for out number 1. One more of those would be nice. Maybe a 1-2-3 dudette double play. We haven't had a double play tonight. Coulter Hamilton steps in. First pitch, a fastball up as Vaught stepped on a fastball right there. And another fastball as Hamilton has to bail out of the way of that one, and he fouls it over toward his dugout. Hamilton, a couple of flyouts. He's also been walked and hit. Peyton Vaught, the fifth pitcher for full count. And there he gets hit again, and that hits him up in the helmet. The fifth hit batter of the game by Rhythm pitching. I don't know if Brad Swope, the trainer, is in the Rhythm dugout. They'll check on him. There's Brad. I think that's Brad coming out. It is. If he is needed, he is available. So a hard-earned RBI there by Coulter Hamilton. Second time he's been hit by a pitch. A third Rhythm pitcher to plunk a Madisonville Miner tonight. Cooper Wright comes in to score. Jackson Grissom moves to third. Pete Britton down to second. Cliff Weisinger stands in. Bases loaded, 1 out. The Miners lead 6-4. 6 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Vaught misses high to Weisinger, who is 1 for 3 Couple of pop-ups. Popped up a bunt attempt in his last plate appearance. Not bunting here, swings and misses. He had an infield single in the first. Dumped that into right center field, but he and Britton were stranded in that first inning. 1-1 is way outside and gets by. Ward throws to the pitcher, covering, but not in time as the wild pitch scores Grissom. Getting away from full count here in the 8th. 3 runs already scored, nearly another hit batter. Ward doesn't know where the baseball is. Head first slide by Pete Britton. He's in there. Pass ball or wild pitch, or they need help? I think it's a coin flip, honestly. If you want to take a poll, we can take a poll. You want to? You going wild pitch? Yeah, I say pass ball. 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. Cliff Weisinger reaches. First walk. Okay, so what did we decide? Who brought the food up here today? Austin Cavender. Who else we got? What's your name? Walker, no last name. Austin Cavender and Walker, no last name. Dylan Toller's got a last name. It's Toller. He steps in. Runner from first takes off, no throw. Pitch is wide of the mark. Weisinger gets a stolen base. Runners at second and third. Out now goes 2 balls and no strikes as Rhythm pitching struggling to get the ball over the plate. One hit in the inning, and that was Noah Burning's leadoff single. Four walks and a hit batter. 1 out on 3 balls, no strikes. 1 out in the inning. That was on a fielder's choice with the bases loaded. 3-0 in there on the outside corner for a called strike. Kohler 0 for 3. He was also plunked and scored in the 6th. Might be setting a record for hit batters here. 3-1, called strike. We get to a Full Count Ministries full count. Safeware strikeout would be very helpful in this situation. Peyton Vaught comes set and delivers. Check swing foul ball. That gets over the Merch Pavilion. And a AAA autoglass foul ball. Wonder what they do on dugout fencing. You think maybe AAA autoglass can. There's a field number 2 to our left, where Full Count Fall League plays some baseball games over there. Use the old hickory bats. Another full count pitch coming. That misses down, ball 4. Now the 9th batter to come to the plate. Sean O'Brien, and out of the dugout comes Josh Carmen, so we'll have another Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. We're going to take a break, see if we can take a deep breath, and we'll be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Chick-fil-A has been delivered to the press box as Tim Dixon is making his second appearance in as many nights. She's going to come on in relief to face Sean O'Brien. Tim Dixon, the rising senior at North Central University in Minneapolis, the son of Mark and Sonny Dixon, out of Vermillion, South Dakota. I believe he is the farthest away. And a left-hander, 5'10", 200 pounds, sports management and English teacher major. He's got a grandma he calls Noy that lives in Des Moines, Iowa. Might be listening in. He's staying in the host home of some folks that I know very well, Tim and Susan Reese. He is on with the bases loaded and one out facing Sean O'Brien, the sixth pitcher for the Rhythm, and Josh Carman depending on him to throw strikes. First pitch misses, as does pitch number 2. He does not throw hard, but yesterday he was around the plate in his 2 innings of work. Retired the first 5 batters that he faced. That one delivered right over the plate. Finished 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. On my count, it showed 1 earned, but I think Game Changer, the guy doing it, said none. Popped up on the right side, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch that one, and it will land in fair territory. Down the right field line, they're going to throw to third. They had a shot at second. The runner was late leaving the bag at first, but that's going to be a single, and 1 run will score. Nobody could get to that flare down the right field line, and another run comes in for the Miners.
Next up for the Miners, number 8, Noah.
Five runs in the inning. Madisonville now leads 9-4. Noah Burning, who led this inning off with a single, now at the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out. Breaking pitch blocked by Landon Ward. That keeps Weisinger at third. So that was the second hit of the inning. Again, Tim Dixon giving up just soft contact. There was a soft fly ball yesterday down that right field line that got by the right fielder, and 2-base error after the single was one of the 3 hits off of Dixon. 1-1. That's 2. The shortstop, they're going to go to second for 1. On to first. Double play. A dudette double play to end the inning. 6-4-3. Just what the doctor ordered for Tim Dixon. So after the flare single, as he got in the kitchen to Sean O'Brien, and a tough luck single for the Rhythm, Tim Dixon gets the 6-4-3 to end the 8th inning. 5 runs 2 hits, no errors. I believe those, we'll have to check to see if all 5 of those are earned. There was a pass ball in there, so I think with the single, that does cause them to be earned, and 2 runners were left on base. We got some work to do here for Full Count to come back in this one, down by 5. We'll be right back.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Head to the bottom of the 8th. Rhythm down by 5 will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Landon Ward, Jonathan Stewart, and Logan Kroc are who is scheduled. Jonas Smithson heading down to his first base coach's box. He's one of the 3 assistant coaches for Josh Carman. Jimmy Gamboa is the pitching coach. Carson Howard, the designated hitting coach, although he was a 3-year pitcher for the Rhythm out of the University of North Alabama. He's from Pack Road, Alabama. Jonas Smithson, he's from here in Middle Tennessee. Hendersonville, he's lived in Gallatin, went to school at Good Pasture High School, attends Trevecca Nazarene as a right-handed pitcher, taking the summer off right now. I'm not sure if eventually he could get put onto the roster at some point. Landon Ward's 0 for 2. Got a walk in there as well. Max Holtz back out on the mound, gets the call in the outside corner. So the question is, did Jackson Grissom go into center field as he pinch hit for Ian Cartwright? Swing and a miss, because official scorers, they need to know that information. That actually looks like Cliff Weisinger, who might have moved to center field. So maybe Grissom is in left. Landon Ward caught looking, and that's a 3rd backward K in the books for Holtz. Set down all 4 batters that he's faced. After almost 3 innings or 3 hours of sitting here, my watch, Andrew, has finally told me it's time to stand. I hate when a watch starts telling me what to do. Jonathan Stewart's 0 for 3, looking for that first Rhythm hit. Soon to be Pioneer. And he nearly got his first hit. What would be apropos here is we've got a plunk fest going in Hendersonville. Holtz apparently a little concerned with hitting Stewart, and he went way away that time as the carom came right to the umpire, Jason Carey. Now, Stewart up 2-0. He's 0 for 3. From Smyrna, Tennessee. Takes a hack at a 2-0, comes up empty. Two balls and a strike. Off the handle, and one hopped over to Britton, and he throws on the right to retire Stewart. Number 1, Logan Kroc, that left-handed batter's box, getting his 5th AB of the night. 2 outs and nobody on. Somebody asking about the 10th run. I don't know about a 10th run. There was not a 10th run. Only 5 runs scored in the 8th inning. Yeah, the double play, that run doesn't count on a force out at first base. Doesn't matter if he's crossed home plate, heads up in the dugout. He could have crossed home plate, gone into the dugout, taken his shoes off, gotten a foot rub, smoked a couple cigarettes. As long as that guy from at bat hadn't reached first base yet and he gets thrown out at first, no run scores. Oh, did you put that on there? Oh, okay. I didn't. Not bad. I didn't know why they were asking that. Ooh, nearly another hit batter. That would not have felt good. Well, I didn't know it got put up there. Is that the Andrews' only error of the night? Because I had about a dozen last night. I'm gonna tell you. But thankfully, we don't have that guy turning off my power button tonight. 1-2 pitch is high, just a bit outside. Tried to catch the corner and missed. Night's not over. But I'm guarding my multi-plug over here. So I let Drew Robertson get close to it, but I figured he was a friendly. 2-2 pitch coming to Logan Crock from Fishers, Indiana, or Noblesville. That lined again. That's going to go foul. Just outside of Indianapolis. I don't know what he has against Fishers. One of my older brothers lived in Fishers for a while, loved it, became Indiana Pacers fans while they were there. I care nothing about the National Basketball Association now. So we're not going to talk about it on this broadcast. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's talk some wrestling. 2-2 pitch is at the letters for a called strike. The 4th backward K in the book for Holtz as he goes 1-2-3 again. And we'll go to the 9th. 9-4, the Miners lead. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the 9th, Miners with a 9-4 lead. Tim Dixon back out on the mound for Full Count. Came in and after giving up a flare single, got a 6-4-3 Dudak Communications double play. I'd like to thank Craig Sinard for another year of sponsorship and printing from Dudak Communications. They're located in the same industrial park where Framework Athletics and the new Full Count headquarters is located. Dixon to face the catcher, Alex Frawley. Couple of walks and a hit by pitch, and another one that misses everything other than the backstop. As they say, it's just ball one. This is the member of the Brazilian national hockey team. You ask, how is he a part of the Brazilian national hockey team? His father was born in Brazil. He's not Brazilian. I think that Mark is a dual citizen of Brazil and the United States. He's a biology professor at the University of South Dakota. Met his wife, Sunny, and I think he told me Wisconsin at grad school. And that's my final answer. Sure if that information is in the great program that was printed by Dudat Communications. Anything you need printing wise, give them a call. Go to dudat.me, I believe, as Frawley draws a leadoff walk. That's his third walk of the night. He's also been plunked. He's 0 for 1. He's been to the plate 5 times. Now Cooper Wright's been to the plate 5 times. He got a couple of hits. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. And that sails over his head. Full count. Pitching having a lot of trouble throwing the ball over that 17-inch home plate that used to be round years and years ago. I read an article. I don't know if it was ever square. It might have been square at some point. Then all of a sudden they took some edges off, and I don't even know what you'd call that shape. Thank goodness it wasn't one. So that pitch goes to the backstop, and Tim Dixon's not been close on 3 pitches to Cooper Wright. Walks, I don't think, have been an issue for him. 67 or 42 innings. Actually did have 35 walks, so almost won an inning at North Central University. It's a Division III school as Cooper Wright swings in the 3-0 pitch. Fouls it off. Landon Ward must have caught his hand as he shakes it. 17 appearances, 9 starts. Does not want me to mention his 1-loss record. The North Central University squad did not have a good season this past year. Three-one pitch coming with a runner at second. Check swing. Fouled over onto the, maybe it didn't get on there. There's about 17 baseballs on top of that roof. Apparently they didn't think about that when they thought about the pitch of the roof of that building. They didn't build a ladder to get up on top either. Full Count Ministries, full count. Another flare. This is going to get down into left center field. And the third hit of the ball game for Cooper Wright, and he's going to continue to third, throw to the bag, and picked up by Jake Merrick. They will get Cooper Wright, who was getting a bit greedy. The throw went to second. He thought he would just keep on motoring. So give him a double and an RBI. Alex Frawley scores, but a 7-4-5 on the putout for out number 1. There's your 10th run, Miss Sutton. And now, as the police would say, it's all affirmative. It's 10-4, and another pitch sails high over the back or the head of Jackson Grissom at the plate. Is that the first extra base hit of the game right there, Ken? I believe that's the first extra base hit. Foul ball off the screen. 9 hits in the game. We got more runs than we have hits. Do we have more hit batters than we have hits? We have 5. We have 9. We have the same, right? Swinging another foul ball and off the screen. Catch is made. Banana ball. Is that an out? Or does it have to be caught by a fan? Can it be caught by somebody in the dugout? I don't know the rules. This doesn't seem like baseball to me. It's like Harlem Globetrotters baseball. But they are making a boatload of money, folks. I mean, filled up Nissan Stadium. Slow roller to the left side. Charging his Croc is going to have to avoid Merrick, and they are not going to get Jackson Grissom, who gets an infield single. Nothing really that Croc could have done or Merrick. Merrick couldn't have reached it, the third baseman. And I don't think he could have pulled up quick enough, but Grissom reaches on an infield single. Another soft contact base hit off of Tim Dixon. He's given up 6 hits, and there hasn't been one squared up yet. And this is his 4th inning of work. There's a hard hit ball. Merrick backhands, throws to first. Dug out of there by Blake Carter. What a play! That was the hardest hit ball probably off of Tim Dixon in 2 games, and Merrick backhanded it. Stumbled, got up, and threw down in the turf. Dug out of there by Blake Carter, the first baseman. Put a star by both of those plays for out number 2. Pull out my yellow-colored pencil. Been using green for hits and orange for runs as I have for several years. That ball gets down in the turf. Landon Ward says, that's my bad, and down to third goes Grissom on the wild pitch. And Stegall, the scores table over there, looks like he's FaceTiming his wife. Nope. He's working game changer off his phone. Swung on a line drive. That's fair down the right field line. Nolan Sargent digs it out, gets it back in. But another run, and as Coulter Hamilton gets his first hit of the ball game. All hit down the right field line, opposite field. 3 hits in the inning. 2 runs, and the Miners putting it on the rhythm here tonight. Cliff Weisinger stands in. He's 1 for 3. Walked a couple times. He's only scored 1. Swings and misses out ahead of that fastball. Dixon slings it from lower than 3/4, but not quite sidearm. And he doesn't throw it hard. He just tries to locate, probably low to mid-70s, honestly. That ball's fouled right back here. It would have hit just to the right of the press box. A AAA Autoglass foul ball. I'm sure they do siding as well. Andrew, you've been eating for like 3 innings now. How many bags of Chick-fil-A did you get? Popped up on the right side. Blake Carter over to the dugout. He'll watch that one sail over the dugout. Every time I look over at Andrew, he's digging something else out of that bag. It's like it's a magic bag. You must have gotten the star treatment from Todd Hundley tonight. He's got that bag where it's like the magician that keeps reaching in the bag and he pulls out a chainsaw and he switched back. Yeah, I got an empty bag over here. He's had 2 sandwiches, 4 bags of chips. Fly ball out to left field. Charlie Bozeman, he's under that one. He makes the catch to end the inning. 2 runs score on 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 9th, apparently the extra inning rule was premature when we were 4-4. But hey, we're just getting you ready for the rest of the season, folks. So we'll head to the bottom of the 9th, and the Rhythm need a touchdown and an extra point to continue in this game. We'll be right back.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Bottom of the ninth we go as Holtz trying to nail this victory down for himself. Out for his third inning of work. He is the pitcher of record in this ball game. I don't have his whether or not he's got a win or a loss yet. Somehow or another, I still am unable to pull the stats up where I can see. All right, Andrew, where was that again that I would hit?
Try overview.
That's not it. Cade Moore, Jake Merrick, Nolan Sargent due up for full count here in the bottom of the ninth. Miners trying to stay perfect on the season. Full count started off in their very first season in 2021, 4-0. Not looking good in 2025. Moore's got a hit in 3 official plate appearances. That ball's going to drop in over the shortstop for a flare base hit of his own. Cade Moore starts the inning off. Could this be a historic inning for the Rhythm? They have walked it off here, but I don't know that they've come back 7 down before. If we only had our OVL historian, Zach Williams, here. Gene Sutton, thanks for watching tonight and being so helpful on the broadcast, asking a question that I'm sure other people were asking as well. Not only did you get your 10th run back, you got an 11th to boot. We are very kind folks here at Full Count. Merrick has a single in 2 official at-bats. He's got 3 hits, but 2 of them were at his body. Takes a called strike. It was a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Way off at first base, and Cade Moore's going to take off. I wonder if Merrick decided not to swing at that since Moore was way off. We going in difference on that one? Honestly, I don't know that there would have been a better case for they could care less. First baseman wasn't even holding him on. Pitcher didn't look over, and the catcher sure wasn't going to throw down. So if that's not a defensive indifference, I don't know what is. Cade Moore's going to say, well, I had a stolen base. Vacated shortstop, but Merrick could not drive one through. For some reason, Coulter Hamilton's concerned about Cade Moore getting too far off at second. Now, Coulter will stay at his shortstop position. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Moore bouncing around at second base. Now he's going to stay put. Another flare. That's going to be popped out to Cooper Wright, the first baseman, for out number 1. Nolan Sargent, 0 for 2, stands in. .5'10", 180-pound rising sophomore. 28 games this past year for the Belmont Bruins, my alma mater. 11 starts, 46 official at-bats. Had 8 hits, including a triple, 5 RBIs. Son of Scott and Leah Sargent. Stands in. left-handed swinger. Came on in for John Paul Head as that pitch whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. Went to Macaulay High School, the hated rival of Baylor School in Chattanooga. That's where Gunnar Ricketts, I believe, went. 1-1 pitch is high and gets off the glove of Alex Frawley. Wild pitch moves Cade Moore down to third. There's the extra point. We just need the touchdown to follow, but it's really hard to hit a 7-run home run even in OVL baseball. Is there a rule in Savannah ball that you could hit a walk-off 7-run bomb? I'm not sure if that's one of those rules. Old Sargent be happy right now with a base hit right up the middle. 3-1 count with Charlie Bozeman on deck. Some of you staying up late. We're after 10 o'clock. He has not chimed in yet, but I'm seeing somebody on our Facebook feed. Ball 4 to Sargent. The single by Cade Moore was the first runner or first batter to reach base off of Max Holtz. And now there's the first walk, putting runners at first and third. Charlie Bozeman 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. Stands in. No home runs hit here tonight. 3 up at Christian County High School yesterday in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. 2 by John Paul Head. Lou D'Alessio had a solo shot to left center field out. There's a couple trees out there in left center field. I think he split that. Big hack right there by Bozeman. Comes up empty. Charlie's mentor is Chandler Phelps, a longtime Full Count Ministries participant, been on many mission trips. Nice stop there by Frawley. I think Cliff Weisinger has moved over to center field, as best I can tell. And I think that's Jackson Grissom in left. The 2-1 on the outside corner at the letters for a called strike. I'm assuming that's still Dylan Toller in right field. It is. Sean O'Brien at short, Sean O'Brien at third, Coulter Hamilton at short, Pete Britton at second. That pitch fouled straight back. Cooper Wright's at first. Alex Frawley still behind the plate, throwing sidearm out to the pitcher. That's not how I was taught to throw as the catcher. Johnny Bench, right from the ear. Right ear. Oh, a shot right to the pitcher's chest. Swing and a miss and a high inside fastball, and I think the backswing might have got Frawley. And the Rhythm down to their final out. 5th strikeout of the night for Holtz. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. Right now, that's going to be tough. Although I think it's going to be our starting pitcher, Corbin Snyder. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Runner goes from first. No contest. Another DI. Defensive indifference. And a called strike to Blake Carter. Singled in his first 2 plate appearances. Got tired and struck out in the last 2. So see if he bounces back here on his 5th at-bat. I think in the previous 3 games, Full Count has sent less batters to the plate in each of the 3, but have won the game in each of those 3 games. A statistical anomaly. Hoppers left 10 on base yesterday. Henderson left 11 on base, and there's one less that's going to be left on base as he's going to come on home on a wild pitch. Cade Moore, again, scores a run. That's his 3rd run scored of the game. Nolan Sargent, just for the fun of it, moves on down to 3rd. And it is 11-5. Down goes a ball and 2 strikes. Is that right? Is it 1-1? 1-2? Ground ball to short. Hamilton over to first, and this game belongs to the Miners. As Hamilton throws out Carter at first base. Just over the 3 hour and 15 minutes for the Miners to take down the Rhythm. Holy cow, we're turning that computer off way too fast. He gonna learn. I use that for my end of the game, so that's okay. Yeah, I didn't tell you. 11-5 is the score. Our final. Winning pitcher Max Holtz. Losing pitcher Eli Emery, who falls to 0-1 on the season. Our Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game, Corbin Snyder, with his 5 innings of starting pitching, 2 hits, 1 unearned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Corbin Snyder, Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, player of the game. Our Full Count Ministries verse of the game is going to be found in Psalm 67. We're going to get through the first 2 verses. It says, "May God be gracious to us and bless us and make his face shine on us so that your ways may be known on earth, your salvation among all nations." Psalm 67 verses 1 through 2. I like to see the "so that" verses in the Bible. If you do this, or because of this, so that this is done. And God speaks to us through his word. We just got to look at it. Final score 11-5. The Rhythm take their first loss, fall to 3-1. Madisonville Miners stay perfect 4-0 on the season. And we will be back on the road tomorrow up at Paducah. 6:30 is the start time, Central Time. Hopefully you can join us either in Paducah or here on the broadcast.
185.
Attendance announced at 185. I think they just added 100 to the game time temperature of 85 degrees, but that's just an inside joke. 3 hours and 15 minutes for this one, and it all fell apart there in that 5-run 8th inning as the Miners put it on the Rhythm. They scored 3 in the 6th, 5 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th to break open a tight game. The Rhythm actually were leading 4-1 at one time. Outscored 10-1 through the rest of the game. Well, that'll take care of it. Andrew Holmes, a great job on the commercials and switching the cameras. Got him a free meal. Zach Williams says he watched the whole game. And Daryl Bailey with the kind comments. Appreciate the fact that you enjoyed the broadcast, getting lots of kind comments from the Miners fans. And we'll be up. When will we be in Madisonville? We'll be in Madisonville next Monday night for our first trip to Madisonville, Kentucky. I'll be broadcasting from right there. Be sure to come by and say hello. Those of you who've listened in, Lord willing, I'll go on the road for all the games. Right now I'll have 2 that I miss. Zach Williams hopefully will be handling the home game on, I think that's June 18th, that Zach will be here as the Rhythm take on the Fulton Railroaders. But thank you for the 100 of you that were watching and listening tonight. But not a great night for Rhythm pitching tonight. So we'll see if we can get back on the bandwagon tomorrow and deliver a good performance against the Chiefs. For John Smithson, the Director of Ministry for Full Count Ministries, and Head Coach General Manager Josh Carman, and for my broadcast partner here, Andrew Holmes, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for watching the Full Count Broadcast Network.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.